in Nova Kakhovka, not in Kherson. We now identifying the places where the tortures took place. We have like variants. We are working on it, and also I think that we identified such specific place in Kherson, but I can't tell you what the place is because the some Ukrainian services are working about it. So this is my update for today. If you have some question, you can ask.
Craig?
Manji, you can go first. I see that you had a question before I did.
No, I just quickly wanted to ask Olia about the road to Ivankiv. Is it under Ukrainian control? Do you have any information on that?
No, Ivankiv is totally under Russian control. It's like their territory where they have, we think they have some prisoners, and also we think they use a local hospital, civilian hospital, for their purposes, for their wounded. It's like their deep, deep under Russian area.
Olga, I had a question very quickly, and you can tell me if this is not an area that you are currently focused on. It's the N15 highway that runs east to west from Donetsk to Zaporizhia, just south of that area. Is there? I keep on seeing some of these maps, and there are reports that there are some Ukrainian units that are trying to push south towards Mariupol. And some of these maps keep on changing color, and everybody says something different. And I'm kind of looking at that area specifically, just south of the N15 highway.
Well, you see, the problem is I look to this territory. I also interested in it, but situation there is really dynamic. Like, for example, some of checkpoints of Russians that were situated on that area. One of the checkpoints specifically. Just yesterday were crushed by Ukrainian forces, and no one knows by whom. And today they established a new checkpoint. So the forces of Ukrainian forces and Russian units moving here and there on that area. So nobody couldn't tell you in this point what is the real situation is. But can give me some specific city or town near which you try to understand what is happening.
Is it the Zaporizhia highway?
From person who asked me.
Craig, do you hear Oya?
Yeah, Craig.
Yes. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I was actually talking while I was on mute. I'm an idiot. Forgive me. The towns that I'm speaking about are a range of. Oh boy, here we go. Velikaya Novosolikia, and then west to Pokrovsky. That's along that N15, November 15 highway that runs east to west between Zaporizhia and Donetsk.
Oh, you mean Pokrovsk? Okay. Sorry, I thought you speak about Zaporizhia, Melitopol, and such area. No, unfortunately, I don't understand the situation near Pokrovsk, but I know that in Pavlograd, on this road, where like rocket strikes, and it's not a secret also that there is like a base of volunteer units from 2014, and it can explain why the rocket strikes took place a few days ago there. This is and about Pokrovsk, I don't know specific situation on these hours. I'm sorry.
Mache, please go ahead, and then language learner.
Yeah, just quickly about
All
the
right.
journalist
Mache,
Yehuda. Yeah,
then language.
yeah. I'm just gave. Yeah, I was wondering what's the situation with the journalist and the woman journalist Victoria, who I always forget her surname. But did she provide any more information? Did you hear anything about her apprehension and how she was treated? Any details on that?
Yes, she gave the big interview on the Detector Media. You can read it, and then she wrote her own piece about it. I haven't read that to this time, but I can share a link after I finish talk to you, and I try to put it in the nest on this space, so you can read it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Language learner.
Yes. Do you have any updates on some of the stuff happening to the decent east of Zaporizhia and Haleopol? I'd seen some reports getting all the way over near Krasna Polana in that area that there was some Russian or Ukrainian forces operating. Somebody had leaked a drone footage with coordinates in that general vicinity.
Zaporizhia, and the second was. Can you repeat, please?
Yeah,
The second.
east of Haleopol, about 10 kilometers east.
No, sorry, no.
I think you and I, language, were talking about the same area, to be frank.
Was that the one where there was the still images from what appeared to be a drone reporting on a Ukrainian either special forces or conventional army raid on a depot with some Russian vehicles in that area? Are we talking about the same incident?
I did not see the video, but in that general area is what I've actually heard about a few, not a lot, but quite a bit of an activity from Ukrainian forces, not so much from Russian.
And then to the area east of southeast of Mykolaiv, along the borders of the Dnieper, headed sort of northeast of Kherson. It seems like there's been a decent amount of Ukrainian activity there. Obviously, it's not all going to be reported. Do we have an idea on what the disposition of Russian forces are there? Have they sort of slunk away from Mykolaiv and regrouping? Are they being pocketed or what?
Was it a question for me? I'm sorry. I tried to attach the Victoria Roshina interview on the nest and I didn't listen. I'm so sorry.
There's nothing to apologize for whatsoever. To the east southeast of Mykolaiv, with the sort of preliminary Kherson counteroffensive going on, do we have any updates on whether Russian forces have pulled back to reinforce near the river or in the Dnieper, or are they being pocketed? I had seen reports suggesting both. I don't know which one is true.
I don't think that is true because I have some connection with the units near Nikolaev and nothing like that was told me today and nothing like such kind of drama or problem situation I was heard, nothing like that. But I know from the civilians that trying to leave from Kherson to Nikolaev that the problem, this road M14 from the Kherson to Nikolaev is the real problem road because a lot of checkpoints, unpredictable behavior of Russians, and that can be the indicator of some kind of not very quiet situation, not very calm situation in the area for Russians.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the update.
Okay, do we want to take some questions? Have some more questions?
Oh, sir. Yeah, or do you want to take some questions from the audience? Do you have any questions, Murat, from the audience?
No, I'm good.
Well, yes, sir. A general question, Olga. Is there any questions people haven't asked that you think is information that's important that needs to be shared?
I'm very have problems to hear you. It like some sound problems.
Saying, are there any questions that you think should absolutely be shared, or some statements that people haven't asked about, things that would be important for more people to know?
I think that won't be surprised. I like every time I would ask you to contact your government, your authorities to help us provide some air defense system and aircraft because we really need it.
Alex, please go ahead.
I was wondering if maybe you discussed it, but I missed. Just really, is there any update on Mariupol? What's going on there? I know that they were besieged. The situation is dire there, but was there any like announcement that it is taken by Russians now or something like that?
Ulia, do you have an update on Mariupol?
Well, the situation is really tough there, but no announcement about Russians took the Mariupol. And of course, they are like on, as I understand, in some area of Mariupol, there are Russian vehicles, tanks, but there are street fights, but not in the whole Mariupol, but like in the part of that. And the situation is keeping like for 3 or 4 days, and nothing new happens about it.
Maciej.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I saw yesterday in your timeline discussions about the treatment of Russian prisoners between Ukrainians and I think Ukrainian journalists and maybe some experts. I don't actually know these people, but if you can tell us a little bit more about that, what's the temperature right now about those things, and what's your take on those? Because I think you, from what I gathered from the translation that I was from Twitter of your tweets, you were advocating for basically keeping all the conventions in place and humane treatment of prisoners.
Yes, of course. I call for it. And you see, the situation is if you're talking with some military personnel from Ukrainian forces, they are totally understand it, and there is nothing like discussion about it. But if you're going into Twitter, you can see some uneducated persons that under the emotional influence of the situation in Mariupol and other cities, they are calling for different bad actions. So you need always to explain and educate them and explain how it works and why you should keep the conventions working. So it was part of that work, and I will continue it because, of course, it is needed.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, that's beautiful because we need to hear those voices. That first of all, Russia brought the fight to Ukrainian citizens, and not all Ukrainian citizens or people who are militia just called up have the training on the rules of war. So I didn't like when I saw that because Ukraine has to be better than that. I mean, if they want to play an audio tape of a conversation to home, I'm not sure that is illegal or frowned upon, but definitely showing videos of POWs is not on. I understand the psychological effect, and I think that can be attained in other ways I'm not sure if anyone has any specifics on whether or not playing an audio tape of a prisoner calling home if they block out the name or something. I'm not sure if that's allowed, but it would be a lot better than showing scared soldiers calling their parents. I don't know if anyone has anything to say. Maybe Patrick knows something about that.
Patrick? Language
Sorry, I
learner?
stepped away for a moment. What's up?
Oh, sorry, Patrick. The question is regarding alleged mistreatment of Russian POWs or using Russian POWs in Ukrainian media operations.
No, so my point was, it's obviously taking videos of people and exposing them as POWs, and doing that. We all know that's not on. But if they were to say, do an audio transcript or just do a voice, just listen to the audio and block out any identifying features of that call, I'm not sure if that would achieve the same goal for for the psychological aspect of Ukrainians trying to show Russians that the people don't want to be there. That's probably the gist of why they're doing it. But by airing videos of captured Russians calling their parents crying, that is a violation of the laws of armed conflict. But I didn't know if playing an audio tape was the same. I don't know. It's splitting hairs, maybe. I'm just curious if anyone else has anything to say about it.
I mean, I'm continually shocked that they're taking prisoners. So anything beyond that? Oh, I'm not kidding.
No, I know. That's why I laughed,
some of the
because you're
stuff they've been
serious.
doing.
Yeah.
The answer to this is they're going to do what they want to do. The Russians are going to behave poorly. Do I think anybody's going to have the guts to prosecute Ukrainians after this? Maybe, maybe not. But keep in mind, Ukraine has a fairly strong legal argument here that the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic signed Geneva. The Ukrainian government didn't. Technically, the government of the Republic of Ukraine these days, is that what they're called? The government of Ukraine as it exists today is not a signatory to Geneva or Hague, any of the articles, any of the protocols. So let's just keep that in mind.
I didn't know that.
That's right. The
Really?
Soviet Socialist Republic of Ukraine signed. The current Ukrainian government didn't. So
and the Socialist Republic ceases to exist, so it's not a carryover.
Exactly. So this is a bit of a legal murky area. Should they be doing it? No, probably not. They certainly shouldn't be doing some of the things I've been seeing them do. But the fact that especially these militia units have been fairly restrained. We haven't seen outright executions yet. I'm glad of that, at least.
Language learner?
Yeah, I actually had more of a statement. There was something released by, I think it's Vadim Bochenko, the mayor of Mariupol, where I believe his exact words translate to Mariupol is, unfortunately, we are currently in the hands of the occupiers. So, I mean, I don't know exactly to what degree that states that the city, disposition. And then he said, he said that 5,000 had died of civilians so far in the city, about 150, I believe, of which were children. Frankly, I know it's terrible, but that's a lot less than I thought it was going to be, given what we've seen. And that there was evac corridor issues where the Russians were denying access to some of the green corridors currently, at least the ones moving towards northern and western Ukraine. And that, I think it was about 40% of the city's buildings have been rendered unable to be utilized, so beyond just damaged, but outright dangerous.
Thank you, language learner. Loving the birds in the background. Olya.
Yeah, I just wanna react for what Patrick was said. Well, first of all, yes, really, Ukraine didn't sign those agreement and conventions, but there is some specific mechanism. I can't explain it in details because I'm not such specialized in international humanitarian law, but there was some kind of law that um, like telling that even though we didn't sign it, but like it cover the behavior of Ukrainian militants. These conventions are covered this behavior. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but in general, all Ukrainian military personnel is follow the conventions and know that it should follow the conventions. And there is some specific mechanism that explains why it should be so, but I am not such specialist that can explain it to you. But maybe I would ask somebody to help me in next spaces. The second is here we have a discussion about is the videotaping of prisoners of war is violating of Geneva Conventions, and as I understand, there is no strict prohibition of like videotaping or like television or like audio taping such prisoners of war and showing them on the television. But there is like general rule that they should they should not
They
like
shouldn't be paraded to the public, basically. It's a blanket statement, but it covers television.
yeah, maybe like that, but that's interesting. We like discussed the general rule about the dignity of the prisoners of war, and like here is like the general position that videotaping of them isn't such a violation of their dignities, of course, and moreover in situations where they ask to participate in press conferences for their own reasons, because for example they think it would easy their imprisonment or something like this, or because some of them, and there were such cases, some of them wanted to stay in Ukraine, not to go back to Russia. So maybe because of this reason, some of them really ask. It's not a propaganda. It's really, I have a lot of confirmation that they really, some of them really asked to participate in such press conferences. So if they really ask for that, is it violating of their dignity or something like this? I don't think so, and there are a lot of people here that also don't think so. So, and about Victoria Roshina, I tried to attach to the nest in this space two articles. For some reason, I don't see if it happens. So please give me feedback. Do you see them?
Yeah, I saw your tweets on your timeline, so it's fine for me.
Okay, thank you. And what about to show prisoners in public? I really ask you to.
I'll send you that, Olya. Craig, please go ahead.
So there's something to be said for taking prisoners. The more brutal a conflict, the harder it gets. If you are leaving soldiers an option to surrender, then generally your life is a little bit easier as an attacker versus a group of people that knows they're going to die. And they're going to fight on death's ground, and they're going to fight much harder than they wouldn't have if they knew that they could just surrender and get a hot meal and be exchanged. This has been known in warfare for thousands of years, that if you give soldiers no way out, they're going to fight to the death. But if you give them and leave that option open, it's good policy to do that. Not just in case your soldiers are taken prisoner, because then Ukrainians will be executed, but also obviously they have been executed in the past. But it's good practice to take prisoners, because you want them to feel like, oh well, I don't have to die here. I don't have to die for this ground. I can just throw my hands up and call my mom and be exchanged in 30 days, and I'll be home, no sweat. It offers a good, easy mental path out.
Totally agree.
Well, on another point, I'm not sure that the Russians aren't executed. I mean, I don't have proof of it, but I could see them definitely not taking Ukrainians as prisoners. I'm sure they're executing civilians.
There's evidence of some of that, unfortunately. Some bodies got dumped about a week and a half ago with signs of torture and execution. I want to say it was somewhere in East Kherson.
Yeah, the Russians are brutal. I think we know that. I think that was kind of Patrick's point, that maybe, I don't want to speak for him, but maybe some people might say, why would Ukrainian army carry their way, because they wouldn't be given quarter by the Russians, and the only answer is PR, publicity, the moral thing to do, obeying the laws of armed conflict. I mean, choose the one you want, you know.
Yeah, and I just like to point out that I think the distinction that Olya made is really important. That although some Ukrainians, civilians especially, might be emotionally, it would be understandable from what Russia is doing, that they react in such a way. Ukraine doesn't stand to gain anything in terms of what Craig just described, to mistreat the Russian prisoners.
And you got to remember that there are thousands of Ukrainian civilians who picked up arms. They're actually not bound by it. Even if they had signed that the Geneva Convention, they're not bound by it. You know, if a group of farmers and their tractors started doing nasty things to a bunch of Russian soldiers who had surrendered, I mean, reality, it's that's I think there's a huge gray area. But obviously, you know, we don't want to talk about that. I don't think it's really germane to the conversation, but it's interesting.
Language learner.
So I was able to find a document, and I'd appreciate it if Olga took a look at it. I sent it to Ferlaine. She looked at it. It translates essentially to, and I want to say I'm not convinced of the validity of this. It seems a little on the nose, but it was saying that from Russian Ministry of Command of whatever section, that in order to reduce the rate of combat surrenders and stuff like that, desertions, that they wanted to put out statements to the effect of Ukrainian forces are not taking prisoners, they'll kill you, they'll torture you, etc., etc. It just seems really on the nose. I mean, I'm not familiar with Soviet military speak, but it seems just so sort of outrageous for an official military communique. If you guys want to take a look at it and tell me if this is something that reads appropriately or if there's some idiosyncrasy that I'm missing.
That was the document released by Anonymous.
I don't know who actually released it. I saw it on the Telegram group.
The one that says it's
Yeah,
a
that's the
directive. It's the directive to enact scenes that can be used to.
Yes.
Yeah, well, anything released by Anonymous is, they have a history of including faked documents and doctored documents in their dumps.
What I kind of assume. This just seemed so on the nose for a military communique that I found it a little challenging to believe.
Communique, you mean? Sorry.
That's one too. It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't. Someday me talk pretty.
It's a directive. I mean, if we're gonna do wet works, we're not gonna put it on paper, right?
That was what I was figuring. It's just it doesn't make sense to put it on paper and then have people sign it for something like that. You wouldn't mass publicize this.
Tamponné, double tamponné.
Some questions. I don't know. I don't know if we want to get into them. Have any military experts watching, listening, seen any miracles during the war? Thank you for asking for me. So someone asked that question.
I saw numbers in the clouds. I saw the numbers of angels in the clouds.
A great heavenly host may have just been anti-air missiles.
That's a good one.
Do we have any updates on the area, which is, I'm not even going to try and butcher it. Starts with an S, ends with Yusk, near Chernihiv, the city where Russian forces had entered. There were some demonstrations, gunshots fired in the air. It doesn't appear there's any casualties on the ground, as well as tear gas being used. I heard reports that they had pulled out, that they had surrounded the city, and I'm just really sure. Sluzhusk, I believe, is the worst way to butcher it.
No.
Sorry, gents, I have to interfere. I apologize, but I was just about to say this before, but I was gulping down an apple. Both Thalain and I would highlight that Chonobayevka is, or however I want to pronounce this better, Chonobayevka is actually the bloody magic, because not only are the others, the orcs, stupid, but how dedicated and how persistent, how resilient, and how targeted are the guys who are taking out these halos. Bloody rotors.
Senior caregivers, please go ahead.
I was hoping to ask Olga a question. It seems that you have documents or, some conventions and copies to forward to Olga. If I can be of any help, I would really love to be. And I don't know if she's still on the space. I would love to connect. As far as torture and...
Article 13 of the Geneva Convention regarding the treatment of prisoners of war. Article 13.
And was she needing it to be in Ukrainian? Is that what you're forwarding her? Or the English version?
No, the English version available on the UN
Yeah.
website. Article 13 of the Geneva Convention regarding the treatment of prisoners of war says that prisoners of war should be guarded against public curiosity, which is quite the case right now, since we're all in the age of social media.
For sure.
So I got a question from the audience. I don't know if Patrick wants to field it. It's about you, Patrick.
But yeah, let's just wait. Yehuda. Senior caregiver, please. Anything else you would like to add first?
Okay.
I think my concern was her expression and description of some of what is happening with the Ukrainian forces and whether the Ukrainian forces are adhering to the conventions and whether there are farmers that pick up, tools. I think the concern is, yes, they are being attacked. And unfortunately, war is war, and it is so very violent at times. And it's not predictable when you're being attacked with missiles what one would do. I carry the concerns that here in Canada, we take a look at the conventions and we look at them so seriously that if somebody were to be a refugee in Canada and were to have social media copies later on come up, that they would lose their refugee status because of such actions. So what is happening is when you're saying that there should be a limited amount of social media or the
No, that's not what I'm saying. And the only crime Ukrainian farmers can be accused of right now is putting their tractors into stealing Russian armor. So I don't understand exactly the question or the comment you're trying to make.
My concern is that the conventions are adhered to, but at the same time, understandably, the horrors of war, what Craig has described, what Yehuda, is expressing, I understand, and some of the conversation with Patrick. My question is that in amongst all of that, is there a possibility of having that information get to the Human Rights Watch? Because that is actually an important way for countries like Canada and the US to be able to find out those who are involved in such atrocities to bring them to justice. And
Sorry,
this is
when you
for
say
the future.
when you say atrocities, are you talking about atrocities by Ukrainians against Russians, or the other way around? I'm lost too.
Well, certainly, unfortunately, the law is the law, and if somebody is caught on social media, in media, in any torture actions, they will be prosecuted. I think that we're looking more on this space, and I am more interested in the fact that Human Rights Watch is keeping watch on the ground on Russian atrocities against the Ukrainian peoples, and that I'm wondering, especially when we're talking about corridors where civilians are supposed to go through and they're being denied or they're being, attacked. Uh, is there
Yeah.
is there
We've
media
got your
that is
question. I think, yeah, you clarified it. No, that makes sense. So yes, obviously there are many people in this space listening and collecting data on Russian atrocities. I just want to make it clear, like, uh, apples to apples. Even if a Ukrainian soldier is videotaping a Russian calling his mom, that's not an atrocity. It's not ethical, perhaps, right? And as Patrick mentioned, they haven't even signed the convention. So, and I highly doubt there's going to be anyone in the world who will try Ukrainians after this war for doing such things. So I think it works one way, and the law is the law. But you don't see Ukrainians bombing indiscriminate Russian cities and murdering babies, right? So we gotta be realistic with the comparison. I thought you were going somewhere else, so thanks for clarifying it. Totally appreciate it. Um, we have a question, kind of about a conversation. I mean, Patrick had about kind of posture. Uh, do we? The questioner is referring to your Kaliningrad comment, Patrick. So I don't know if you want to go there. I don't want to open it up again. If you do, go for it. But the idea of hitting Russia while they're weak, meaning they're obviously a bad actor, versus I think my angle, which is support a war of attrition where you whittle down Russians and you basically force them into some kind of negotiated settlement. Patrick and I differ greatly on this position, and I hope Patrick respects that. I know he does. But if you wanted to address why you seem more hawkish, perhaps, in your assessment of what the West should do, without getting into politics, I don't want to get into politics, but what's your rationale for going after Russian assets, territory, and other places? I think it's a horrible idea. I think it'll only exacerbate it. But you seem to think that, and if I'm wrong, correct me. You seem to have said or intimated that it's the right time to do it. Why? What's the difference between that approach and the one I was advocating? If you want to answer, Patrick, it's from the audience.
I'll try to briefly recap my thoughts on this. I am generally of the opinion that we should be leveraging sanctions for all they're worth and basically taking every cent the oligarchs have outside of Russia. At the same time, we should be arming the Ukrainians to the teeth. I know people disagree with me on this, but we're not currently doing that. We should be sending them literally everything we can scrape up. And the goal, of course, is to both deprive oligarchs of their wealth and to slaughter the Russian army in the field, thereby depriving the generals and security services of their power base, mostly the generals, but a little bit of the security services as well. At that point, you continue. I'm going to get into politics a little bit because this is political. You make the point that President Biden made while he was in Poland, which his administration just horribly tried to backtrack from. And I think he's now come out and he's started to say, no, that my administration doesn't know what they're talking about. This is my position. That's good. If that's the case, that's good. He needs to get control of his people. That's good. And tell him, look, this is not a Russia problem. This is a Putin problem. If you take him out, we can talk. And let's be clear. Anytime the president of the United States, who is backing a hot war opponent of Russia, says the Russian president can't remain in power, that's an invitation to regime change. Not by Americans, but by Russians. So you pressure the Russian power players that could affect taking Putin out. You do it by taking their money and killing their armies. And once they go to that, and once their army is dead, their billions are gone, and they finally get around to whacking Putin themselves, which again, I'm going to be very realistic about this. That man is not leaving office with a pulse. If that happens, I'll be shocked. Once that happens, you say, okay, you want normalcy? We can do that. Most of your billions are going to go to rebuilding Ukraine, but we'll give some of it back to you. And here's how this is going to look. Because again, doing something that's both in our interest and in the Ukrainians is going to be part of this, because our sanctions were not Ukraine's deal. The Ukrainians fought the hot war. We're fighting the sanctions and the support war. And so to get these sanctions lifted, Russia, here's what you have to do. You're going to give up the Kaliningrad Oblast. That's going to go back to being Königsberg. It's going to get transferred to Lithuania and Poland. You're going to give up the Kuril Islands. Those are going to go back to being Japan. You have no right to either one of them. This was a gutless decision. This was a gutless decision by the West to let you have them after the USSR broke up in the 90s. That's not you're not going to keep those. You're going to remove your troops from Moldova, Ukraine, and Georgia, and you're going to keep them in Russia. You're going to stop bothering your neighbors, and then we'll talk about getting the sanctions off. That's my view on how the West should handle this. It would reorder the security situation in Europe radically. And if they refuse, the sanctions stay on, and they'll stay on as long as they need to. And if you want to become a giant third world North Korea clone, yeah, we can make that happen. Or you can play ball. You give them two choices here. The time for screwing around with these people is over. And the fact that the West is not proactive and aggressive on this point just it boggles my mind, because now is the time to do it. It is unlike we'd ever get a better chance.
Sorry, what? Patrick, I sincerely respect you. No question. But you're not going to give this ever to Poland and Lithuania. Part of my family founded the dang city. And they were Germans, because there was absolutely nothing beforehand ever there. If and when this proposal existed and Gorbachev handled the proposal to create a free trade zone in this space, if ever after an armistice this territory goes anywhere, it can become a free trade zone, whatever else, but it cannot be subjected to the intrusion of yet another people. We have Russian people who are home there now, for whatever it's worth. And if you ever want to make a peace with Russia or Russian people, then you have to deal with Königsberg, and that's its real name, despite the fact that it has been wiped off the earth with a few exceptions of buildings. You have to deal with that space in a different way.
So resurrect.
But that's just my 2 cents.
Resurrect.
No. A free trade arrangement where Lithuania, Poland, Germany, Sweden, everybody helps this area to redevelop from the obscene poverty.
Axel, that's nonsense. That's a non-governmental zone. It'll become a hellhole. You have to attach it to a national government, and frankly, the Germans don't deserve it. They've backstabbed the West time and time again. I wouldn't give it to them if every single person there spoke German and was still ethnically German. I'd do it just out of spite. I don't want to see the Russians have that.
Patrick, you misunderstood me. I apologize. You misunderstood me. I didn't say it shouldn't be attached. I just said that it should be part of the EU.
Oh, God. I wouldn't condemn anybody to direct rule by Brussels, not even Vladimir Putin himself.
I didn't say that either. Attached to the EU can be a free state. Don't forget, Monaco has the same status with France and still benefits from the EU.
Right, but Monaco rules its own affairs.
True, and the French Force de Frappe and its French police actually provides all the staff to Monaco, which Monaco pays for. I'm just saying there are ways to deal with this. It doesn't have to be this way. I'm just saying you should not imprint culture. And by the way, I also believe that
is important but secondary. Goal one is no Russians in Königsberg, now Kaliningrad. I agree, that's a BS renaming of a communist that shouldn't be allowed to stand either. But the goal is the Russians do not need to be in control of that, and they shouldn't be. We shouldn't allow it.
Let's help Ukraine win that war and see how the spoils of war come. But it's, I think, not a priority.
Language learner.
Yeah, so I don't know Jack about Kaliningrad, so I'm not going to comment on that. Seeing reports that the commander and chief of staff of a motorized rifle regiment were killed, and it appears to show their patches and their names. I'd have to take a look. I'm fairly confident that's not a 4-star general patch. I'd be astonished if it was. I mean, can somebody confirm that's just a regular colonel patch for a regiment? It's in the nest. I can't envision. Maybe I just don't know Russian military ranks and patches that well, but it seems a lot more likely to just be a colonel if it's a regiment that got killed or, their command post got bombed.
Jack, trade. Jack, trade, go ahead. Jack, Trade, you requested the mic. Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Well, that was a nice exchange there. That was refreshing, Patrick. I actually did. If I just to bring it up, was that a compliment to Biden for refusing to back down off his statement? Kinda.
Well, the initial statement was good. The backtrack was horrible and stupid. And now it seems like he's trying to go back to the initial statement. I wish they'd pick a message and stick with it. Frankly, the Putin needs to be gone is a good message. If that's what they finally settle on, great.
It's the best one.
The fact that they keep waffling on it is starting to really tick me off, to be perfectly honest.
Do you think it's Biden pushing back and saying, "Yeah, I know you don't want me to say that because I'm going to up the ante, but that's what I feel," and it's legit. I think it's a perfectly legitimate statement. I think Putin has made. I think even the Canadian Prime Minister could say that and get away with it because he's clearly demonstrated that he's a mad dog, right?
Well, either and I don't know what this is. This might be, Biden immediately crumbling under pressure and having his own guys go out there and say it's a backtrack, then taking fire for that and going back again. It might be his own staff doesn't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know. But whatever it is, the mixed messages thing has got to get fixed because that looks like hell. But Putin has to go is the correct message.
I think that's all. That's a sentiment that everyone in this room can get behind.
Rubies, please go ahead.
Hey, how are you guys? I wanted to ask a question to Patrick, actually. I'm not sure if you guys have discussed it yet. I know tomorrow they have negotiations. I wanted to see what Patrick's take on these and if he sees anything actually happening with these, especially since I know the French and Turkey are both kind of playing. I don't know if I can say they're playing on both sides, but I know they're trying to convene something between the two. So I wanted to see what Patrick's take was on this.
I don't expect much to come out of it. Macron has not been as unreliable as the Germans, but he's a loose cannon. He's playing for his own interests on this, and those are not necessarily the interests of NATO. At this point, I do not see a diplomatic solution to this. I could be wrong, but I don't expect much to come from it.
What do you think about Macron's? I think your assessment. You and I have similar assessments on what happens, but we disagree with what they mean. But I thought it was very transparent of him when I think he got very embarrassed when he somehow thought that the incredibly important president of the French Republic could call Vladimir Putin and convince him not to invade Ukraine. And that was pretty funny. And then now he's like trying to make himself relevant, like with this Mariupol evacuation. That didn't go anywhere, did it?
There's a French election coming up.
Yeah, but even he's got nothing to show for it. I mean, he can only claim to have just been a bystander in this whole thing. I don't know why he's trying so hard.
Did you see the JFK photo shoot?
Say again?
Did you see the JFK photo shoot?
No.
Yeah, but he had the Zelensky photo shoot also, so.
Yeah, basically Macron is trying to channel Zelensky and JFK during the time of crisis.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
But I think the context also is the European Union as a whole. I think he's quite safe when it comes to French election, although he wants to have as big as an advantage, especially in the first round of the elections.
Bingo.
But basically, when you, for example, for you guys, the context is probably so abstract. But when you, I was covering many European Council summits, and when you talk to these people that are based in Brussels, these bureaucrats that work for European Commission, for example, Macron for them is some kind of a visionary that just wants to seek European autonomy and European strategic importance, and they live with visions like this, and he's basically viewed like that. So So I think if you look at it in European context, many people would say, okay, Macron is like doing really great because I think Nuno is also has a positive view of him to some extent. I don't want to put more words in his mouth, but that's an interesting take, I think.
Yeah, we West de la France. Captain, please go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to just follow up on a discussion we had a little bit while back regarding the Russian Air Force. So, if we believe the Ukrainian numbers, and I don't have any reason not to believe them, I mean, they're claiming over 100. I think last time I checked, over 120 downed aircraft. So, Patrick had mentioned a little while back that, and maybe I'm misinterpreting what he said, that the Russian Air Force is still sort of fighting with a hand tied behind their back. But when we look at some of the videos, and for example, the Su-34 that is supposed to be their top of the line ground attacker, loaded with just down bombs, and we've also seen like a cockpit where they had a COTS GPS receiver. I mean, at what point do we? I mean, the Russian Air Force and their technology, they've had capabilities on paper for the last 10 to 15 years that haven't really materialized. I can give like three specific examples. One is the R-77 Ramjet that they've been advertising for the last 15 years, but I mean, I don't think there's been any evidence that it actually exists. Number two, the MiG-35 that nobody has bought and not even the Air Force has ordered. And number three, AESA radars on any of their fourth generation fighters. They've been advertising that for the last 10 years, but I mean, it hasn't been sold to any country. So at what point do we just call these, paper capabilities like standoff attack at night to be just fake? That's my question.
Thank you, Monroy. Patrick?
Well, Monroe, I'm not talking about necessarily the high-end stuff that we know that they either don't have in production, have produced mock-ups only, or have very limited either handmade, which were mostly for demonstration, or very, very limited serial production. I'm talking about the stuff we know they have in inventory. They have a couple of thousand combat aircraft in inventory. Even if only a third of that is combat capable, that's still, probably 700-800. We haven't seen anything near that deployed. And their capability has been shown to be very, very poor. We had an Air Force guy in here a couple weeks ago. He pointed this out. They don't have targeting pods for most of their aircraft. They don't have good optics. They don't have a lot of the stuff that the West has. So yeah, that point is well taken. But at the same time, they haven't used the kind of massed aircraft that we know they do have in inventory, assuming anything, even if again a third of it is combat ready or mission ready, we haven't seen it anywhere near that get deployed. So that's primarily what I was talking about. But your points on capability are well taken.
Funky, please go ahead. Funky K, please go ahead. Unmute yourself. Funky Koval. Last call. You requested the mic. Please unmute yourself and go ahead. Ahmed Al Qadi, please go ahead.
Is that our Libyan friend?
Assalamu alaikum, brother. Yes, that's him. Ahmed Al Qadi, please go ahead.
Oh, hello guys. I hope everyone is doing well. Just have a question about the latest kind of statements that the Pentagon is gonna in some way deliver some Soviet air defense system that the Pentagon kind of acquired from like other areas. The conflict, is that actually happening or nothing actually happening up until now?
Craig, by all means.
So there's an old adage in war that the truth has to be guarded by a bodyguard of lies. You don't want to be advertising just exactly how much you're giving or how much you haven't given when it comes to these type of things. Small arms, mortars, ammunition, sure, that's fine. But you always want to leave room for doubt, because once you give clarity to the subjects, it makes your enemy's decision a lot easier. Air defense is a very sensitive subject when it comes to the Ukrainians for two reasons. One, their cooperation with the United States in intercepting ballistic missiles launched from Russia. You cannot detect a ballistic missile launch with the capabilities the Ukrainians have, or at least not in time. Radar can only generally point in one direction if you're going to shoot down a missile like that. So you have to, one, detect the launch of a ballistic missile, and then you have to have a separate radar to shoot that ballistic missile down. That is obviously a coordination happening between United States intelligence and Ukrainian high command. They couldn't have achieved the success they had without it. I think that's a fact. In regards to surface-to-air missiles for aircraft, are you talking about like the S-300? I would assume you're talking about something that has a much higher altitude range, or are you talking about more manpads and stingers?
Well, I'm speaking about stingers, but also I'm speaking about, like, already I know the US kind of dragged some stuff here from Libya, like the Panzer S1, the modern kind of version of it in 2020, and also some other air defense system like the S125, which is kind of old.
Yeah, so you're thinking more manpads, not necessarily like S-300, S-400 type of stuff, right?
No, I believe he's asking about the transfer of air defense systems that were acquired elsewhere by the U.S. government.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought maybe I didn't catch that part. Forgive me. I apologize, sir. That kind of equipment, if U.S. intelligence has has any bread on its plate, those kind of transfers are very heavily guarded, because again, you don't want to let your enemy know how much capability you have. And so those things are perfect for being able to transfer, because they're not necessarily on the books of what the United States says they have, and so they can be very quietly, very easily be slipped across the Bulgarian border, or the the Slovak border, or the Poland border, very quietly at night, and then just given to the Ukrainians, and that enhances their capability beyond what the Russians thought they had. So it's going to be done very quietly. They're not going to broadcast that out loud, and if they do, that's a mistake.
Any more questions or comments, Ahmed?
No, I'm good.
All right, thank you.
All right, sorry about that. I seem to have lost audio from my preferred microphone. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to fiddle around until. All right, sorry about that. I get it. Oh, I now see feedback, which means it's working. So, such all good. But I still want my primary microphone. But there we go. I think it's picking it up. I think it's picking it up. I still want my primary microphone. There we go. Okay. But there we go. We'll get it together. And I'm still getting the feedback from myself. So this is the deal. It's 2015. It's the Drunken Peasants. And G-Man is the guest. G-Man is arranging. G-Man is arranging to have a rap battle with what's his name? Creationist Cat on the Drunken Peasants. What is going to be pretty obvious to notice is that G-Man is a little insane. This is 2015, 7 years ago. I think he's got a condition. I think G-Man's got a condition. I can't quite figure out what it is, but it's some kind of an anxiety issue that he has. And it's going to come out. It's going to come out in this in the next little while. Hold on a sec. I just got to find it. Creationist Cat versus G-Man in the rap. It actually works out. It's actually kind of G-Man's a bit of a sport about it. I must say, he's definitely regressed. He's a pretty mature sport about it, even though he does his crazy Three Stooges act all the time. But maybe that's just his anxiety. So let's jump right into it.
Last question comes to us from Unless. He wants to know, who raped TJ the Amazing Atheist the hardest? G-Man or Creationist Cats? Well, okay, by process of elimination, it has to be G-Man because I didn't rape him. So that just leaves us with G-Man. So, G-Dude, when did this horrible raping of TJ occur? And what did he do to deserve such a thing?
Dude.
Well, for one thing, I didn't rape TJ. Although...
All was consensual.
Wait. Okay, so just, this is very important. He said, although, in a different way, I can arrange for that to happen. Okay, that's what he just said. Now, that's seriously what he said. You know you did, G-Man. You know you did. You creepy motherfucker. Okay, here we go. Wait, hold up a second. Are you saying you arrange rapes? You're a rape arranger? Well, no, I did not rape TJ. Okay, fine, you didn't rape him, but I think that the real revelation here... G-Man! Look, let me talk, okay? Thank you. Did you or did you not arrange for TJ to be raped? No comment.
No comment? Oh, that was G-Man. I was always wondering who arranged that.
Wait, this looks like some shady editing. That's what this looks like. I don't know.
Oh, shady editing. Oh, Creationist Cat, have you doctored this footage?
He's just making...
If anybody thinks I have doctored this footage, you're more than welcome to go watch the video. It's on my channel.
Oh, okay.
Called, something like Super 8 Second.
So,
G-Man. We're gonna rap battle
your head's still
hold your fucking horses, okay? Look.
Commentary ready. Let's get this done, man.
Look. The audience needs to see this to make their full judgment, okay? Now this is the last part, okay? Here we go. Now this is towards the end of the evening when I finally realized that we had not, in fact, destroyed AIDS. Okay, here we go. It's broadcasting from San Quentin. Hold on. Well, I think I've been fairly patient up until now, but at this point, I really have to ask, G-Man, what the fuck is going on?
I said no, and you gotta accept the answer.
Oh,
We can raise money, we can go out there and find a trip.
I put this whole thing together because of your track record with prayer. You said that you have gotten every single thing that you have ever prayed for. That's the only reason why I included you in this. So you might as well stick a crucifix in my butt, because we are royally fucked, G-Man. You fucked us. You've made me look like an idiot. You've made AIDS look like an idiot. You made Christianity look like an idiot. You know that?
You don't need to repeat
I am a pro. I am a pro. Cut him off. Cut him off. Hey, G-Man, you can stop screaming now. Your mic isn't working, just like your crappy prayers. Okay, get rid of them. Oh, this rap battle is so freaking back on, G-Man. You have no idea. I'm gonna 8-mile the crap out of you, dude. Oh, man, you won't even know.
Oh, shit.
Praise to the fresh
Craziness
gospel-inspired
Pratt
raps.
is gonna leave G-Man speechless.
I'll sleep on the drunken peasants. And what I do, I suggest you throw your J's down. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Thug life. Thug fucking life.
So, G-Man,
Yeah,
do you have
yeah,
anything to add to that?
We get this started now, then Lord's chosen rapper. You talked the big game. I hope you're ready to back this up, because everyone watching this program knows who's going to win. So let's get this started.
Oh, shit. All right.
Who's gonna start us off here?
Now,
Who's gonna start? That's the question.
Atheist running from me. You ain't gonna be no different. So let's get this
All right, G-Man. Well, since you're so eager to get this freaking thing on the road, why don't you go ahead and do the first rap, okay?
Okay, I'll do
I'm gonna throw it over to you.
Okay, I'll do
I'm
the
gonna
first
throw
one.
it over to you.
No, I'll do the first one. No problem.
So,
ready? Give me a second here. Hold on. I don't know if you guys.
so the first topic is Jesus, correct?
Yeah. How's this working?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm supposed to play beat number 1.
Yeah, play it.
Yes.
Okay,
Beat number 1 for the first 2, and then beat number 2 for the second 2. All
I
right.
see. Okay. All right. So just
All right, so just so you know, this is going to be a bit of a dog's breakfast in the very beginning, so just bear with them. They know not what they do.
The wrong one. It's the other one.
Oh, you suck,
No,
G-Man.
not.
That's beat 1.
No, that's the right one, dude.
No, it's the other one. The other one was supposed to be first.
All right, okay. Well, this is going to be pretty packed out, and it's definitely G-Man's fault. But what we're going to have to do is that we'll be rapping on different beats. So play the other one, and the next one you're gonna play that one for me. Got it?
Okay, cool.
Gotcha.
All right, so we're gonna play beat number 2 for G-Man. By the way, everyone, we're taking a public poll. You can vote down below who you think won.
Please says hashtag G-Man.
This is the same one.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I told you, a shit show.
You can only hear him when he's leaning forward.
Okay, should I stop it?
Yeah, let's stop him.
All right.
G-Man.
We cannot hear you.
We can only hear you when you're leaning towards the mic.
Yeah,
when you bob your head away from the mic, we totally lose what you're saying.
And another thing too. It seems both of the beats are the same.
He's got a great mic, and
no, don't worry. I'm gonna take care of that when I play mine.
Are you serious?
Yeah, one of them is labeled beat number 1, and one is labeled beat number 2, but they sound the same to me.
This is going well.
Yeah.
I don't need a beat.
No, you do.
No, I don't. I don't need no beat.
He's not gonna. He's going a cappella, Ben. Let the fucking artist do what he does.
So do you have a microphone? Do you have a microphone, or is your microphone in your computer?
Right.
Look at that. He's got a Blue Yeti microphone. It's a great microphone, the Snowball. And we can't even pick up anything he says. But then again, this is in the very first days of YouTubing, where not everybody had the greatest equipment, and if you did have any good equipment, you didn't really configure it quite right.
Okay, yeah. Keep your mouth close to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we gonna try it again?
Yeah, let's try it again.
All right. All right, G-Man, take 2.
Here we go.
Ready?
Here we go. 1.
Look at a decent microphone, and he can't figure it out.
That is it. Well, this is going incredibly well here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is going according to plan.
Not my idea, but you know, I'm just going along with the rules.
It's
So let's go ahead and do this.
I enjoyed every fifth
since-
word that I
Since we
heard.
couldn't hear a word of him, why don't we just let him do it without the beat, okay?
Yeah.
Not ideal.
like he wanted to in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, TJ, thank you. Somebody in here with a brain, thank you. Oh my God, I can't believe TJ's the only one in here with a brain today. Woo! Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, my brain took the day off, G-Man, as it often does.
All right, yeah, fuck the beat. Just do the shit.
Okay,
Go ahead, G-Man.
I'm a servant of God, a glorified sheep. I'm washed with his blood. I'm a Jesus freak. Jesus came to earth to destroy all confusion, to rid your mind of Darwinian evolution. Jesus is the bomb. He always wins. The drunken peasants, they're filled with sin. The creation is brat. This battle's just begun. I'm 1-0. You're 0-1. This was a warm-up. You can meet it, cat. You better watch your mouth or you'll get a G-smack.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
A G-smack.
However will I counter that incredible rap?
I don't know.
Creationist Cat is looking pretty intimidated right now.
You're fucked, Creationist Cat. You didn't think he was bringing that A material, did you?
I am quaking in my freaking furry boots right now.
Looks it.
I guess in the interest of fairness, I guess should I go ahead and rap without the beats, or do you guys want to try with the beats? It's up to you.
No music. Let's do it without music. Let's see what's going on.
We'll make it fair, just no music, I guess.
All right. Here we go. Yo, Creationist Cat 2015.
Yeah.
This goes out to my favorite dead Christian homies. Fred Phelps, Westboro Baptist, you are missed. But most of all, my main homie, Jesus. Yo, here's a bunch of things that Jesus could do. He can turn into me. He can turn into you. He can get you front row seats to Motley Crue. He can turn Mohammed into a Jew. He could do backflips on a crucifix. Kill a whole army with just one brick. If he was gay, he'd suck a great dick and even urinate while he takes a shit. He could rape Godzilla in Japan, sodomize himself with a frying pan, remake Rush Hour with Jackie Chan, and fart in the face to my homie G-Man. Phone's never busy when he makes a call. He always wins when he gets in a brawl. Fucks big booty bitches in bathroom stalls. Stuffs G-Man's mouth with his holy balls. Peace!
His was more focused on the theme of Jesus, G-Man.
Yeah.
Yours didn't really seem to address Jesus at all. We got to give the point to Creationist Cat.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Creationist Cat, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely go to the creationist somebody. Yeah, definitely.
But
you know what? If you guys have those, hold on, G-Man. If you guys have the, shut up for a second. If you guys have the beat there with you, you could play the beat and rap to it, and that would probably end up sounding better.
Yep.
No, I don't need it. I don't need no beat. I'm good.
All right. The
Okay,
second
fine.
round is supposed to be about evolution. Is this actually going to be about evolution,
Okay.
G-Man?
Yes, it's going to be about evolution.
Okay, because your
All right,
first one
cool.
really wasn't about Jesus.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It was about Jesus. Come on, TJ. Clean the wax out of your ears, TJ. It was about Jesus, man. Duh.
Oops.
TJ, you know, sometimes, man.
So I'm first, and I'm going to go last the next two then, all right? So I go first this time, but the next
Sure.
one I'm going last, all right? Because the next two is more up my alley. Again, I don't like the topic. Later.
A lot of explaining.
Here we go. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1. Okay. He thinks he's big. Man, I'll beat you like a midget. The theory of evolution is for gullible idiots. You think you evolved from proverbial soup. These scientists are rich because you're easily duped. Darwin was a genius because you all been conned. God created you all. Read the Gospel of John. I'm 2-0. You're 0-2. You're unevolved verbal. That goes for TJ too. Creation is a fact. Evolution fails. People who teach evolution should be thrown in jail.
Oh.
Whoa. Oh, wow.
Quite a statement.
Throw him in fucking prison, man. Fuck
Get rid of
jail. Prison.
Prison.
For life.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't wait to get the next. Okay, good. Let's get this evolution thing over with. Come on, creationist. Creationist.
Creationist Cat is fucking scared. He's a scaredy cat.
I'm gonna. Yo, guys, I'm just gonna play a second of this, and I'm gonna stop it because I have no clue if you can hear it correctly. So I'm gonna talk over it real quick, and we'll determine if this works. If not, I'll do it without the beat. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Yo, Charles Darwin.
It works.
Burning in freaking hell. Can you hear that?
Yep.
Yep. It's fine.
I would say do it.
All right. Okay. So here we go. Yo, Charles Darwin. Burning in freaking hell, bitches! Yeah! Origin of species for the feces! And if you don't like it, you can suck my weenus! Evolution is stupid bullshit. That fossil record just ain't legit. Cause if it were true, even one bit, G-Man wouldn't be a fucking idiot. Yeah, think about it. If it was true, G-Man would have passed the grade of 2. He'd make a lot more money than a stereotype Jew and wouldn't be a virgin close to 42. If changes were made over time, G-Man would have an IQ over 5. Wouldn't need a crash helmet just to stay alive to protect his retard brain when he's on a bike ride. So don't you tell me I'm related to an ape. I'm a freaking kitty cat and I lyrically rape G-Man's asshole and I leave it agape. I claw off his dick, put it back with Scotch tape. Peace!
I would say that round goes very, very slightly to Creationist Cat.
Very slightly.
Very slightly.
It's tough. Ben, what do you
Only
think?
slight.
Yeah, I mean, I by a hair.
Yeah.
Creationist Cat.
Yeah, by a hair. I agree with
By
that.
one hair.
By one single hair.
A single fucking hair.
A single
hair.
fiber
A
of cat hair.
particularly thin hair, too.
Almost ready to fall off, Creationist Cat, but just stuck in just enough.
What's the next subject supposed to be?
Who's the best rapper? Who's the better rapper?
Mm.
I'm gonna go
I don't
last.
know. That's what we're here to determine. We got to wait till the end to determine that.
Yeah, that should be the last one.
And just to make the diss round is all anyone really cares about anyway. So we're just fucking biding our time to get to the diss. But before that, there's one other round. There's who's the best. So this is basically the round where they brag about how awesome they are. And Creationist Cat, I guess you're gonna go first.
Yeah, you're gonna
this
go
round.
first.
My freaking pleasure. Here we go. Shadow Mine.
Reprobates.
Lord's chosen cat CC in the mother freaking his house. Yeah. Drunken peasants. Yo, bitches best not step to this. Cause this It's all about me, ow, motherfuckers. I was zapped by God through the internet. Of all the freaking cats, I'm the best yet. My rhymes are so sick, you should take them to the vet. I'm a god that pushes, but I get the pussies wet. No one can even step this. I even pwned amazing atheists. So many jerk faces on my opponent's list. When I'm done with this, G-Man will slit his wrist. I'm a mother freaking head exploding beast. Yeah, I'm a pussy, but not infected with yeast. I'm a kitty cat and an ordained priest. And kill your mother for her fancy feast. I'm a furry cat with a rock-hard bod. I'm the best evidence there is for God. I am cute and you're a dickwad. G-Man's ass is about to get thawed. Yeah!
Yeah!
Our mics are off, so.
You feeling me? Struggle presents. 2015!
2015!
Okay, do a test and see if you can hear my music when I do it.
Yes.
Sure.
Sure.
Tell me if you can hear this, okay? With me
Okay.
talking.
Do it.
I'll do a... by the way, are we doing the best rapper one or the diss?
The best. The best.
Oh,
this is where you... Yeah.
Did you not hear the entire rap that I just gave? What is...
Can you
Yeah,
hear
we
that?
can hear it. Yes.
Okay, let me tell you. Let me just test this real quick.
This is a Satellite production.
I'm living for Christ and I'm obeying His word. Can you guys hear that? When I talk with it, can you hear it?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, you're good. So.
I'm gonna start over now, and I'm gonna do my actual rap now. All right.
Go.
Oh, you're the best rapper, huh? Let me get my little toy over here. Okay.
This is a Southbeach production.
G-Man's the best when he busts his rhymes. I'll pick up this mic and then whip your behind. I'm the greatest rapper on YouTube today. CJ, shut your mouth and do what I say. My rhymes are hard and I'll spit in your face. Your head not to tell, you pathetic disgrace. You never knock me off this mount. You're a poser and a loser. You're my soccer account. Nobody can rap the way G-Man can. This battle was over before it began. I stole your girl because of animal attraction. Your tiny little pecker. Never know the satisfaction. I'm better than you at making fans laugh. When they listen to you, they just wanna gasp. Creationist cat, get off my show. Your mother stepped over. Now she's my hog. Done.
Okay, I just like to say something.
Stop.
It's okay that you stole my girl. You know, I fuck a lot of cats, and I didn't realize that you were into fucking cats, man. I didn't realize.
Oh, you didn't get the whole thing though. I said creationist cat, get off my show. Your mother slept over. Now she's my hoe.
Oh damn,
Oh,
creationist cat.
I really barely know my mother. I mean, she gave birth to me in an alleyway, and she like left me for dead.
You know,
so,
G-Man could be your father. G-Man, you might be the father.
Wait a minute, hold on. Isn't your testimony that God struck with the lightning, and you got all this wonderful knowledge now? I mean, if you really have all this knowledge, you should know who your mother is, who your brothers are, who your sisters are. You should know about your cousins over there who's about to be neutered. All of the ones that are going to be.
What do you want, my baby girlie?
That was brilliant. Very, very good, G-Man. You deserve a pat in the head.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
Pat G-Man, pat him.
So,
now there's the round. None. Well, you won as you've won every round, but I mean, the only round that really matters is the diss round.
You know what?
So hold on.
You know what, though, guys?
Hold on, G-Man. You still have one chance to win.
TJ, when we did find out something interesting on the show, creationist cat is G-Man's son. That's pretty intense.
That's fine, Scotty. Hold on, though. Listen. G-Man, you're losing 3-0, all right?
According to who?
think according
But
to
hold
any
on.
single.
There is a poll. There is a poll right now, and I'll give you guys the numbers on that, okay?
Yeah, sure.
So
Before the final round,
out of 294 votes, which I'm sure more will vote later, right now, Creationist Cat is winning with 73% of the vote. What'd you say, G-Man?
It's all good, though. So
All right,
tough crowd, G-Man. Tough
the
crowd.
only round that actually matters. The only round that actually
The
matters.
diss round.
This is the one that people actually want to see, or hear, or whatever. So who's going first for this round?
Creationist Cat.
Creationist Cat is going first.
So G-Man has the advantage in the last round.
I do not mind going first. Here we go. You got Sodomites ready to get your
The
your
reprobates
ass blown
are
off
ready.
your ass?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's do it. Cussing is not a sin. God loves it.
Yo,
God fucking loves it.
G-Man, shut the fuck up. What the fuck? Fuck, I have to respect you.
It's fucking G-Man's fault. He made me.
I'm gonna have some fun with this guy later. Go ahead.
Come on, it's G-Man. Look, if I was not so confident that I was going to totally own this, I would ask him to be disqualified for trying to ruin my rap. Okay, here we go. Yo, G-Man, stupidest motherfucker in the world, yo. Yeah, you and me, G-Man, we could have killed the AIDS, but instead, I'm gonna have to kill you lyrically. What's wrong, G-Man? Why you look so cunty? Cause you got your ass served by Matt Dillahunter. I posed Matt and made him look like shit, but he made you look like an idiot. You make fun of me cause I'm a cat, but everybody knows your rhymes are crap. I knew today that I was that. By God, did I give you a big slap? So put your freaking face in my dinner box. Cause I'll shit on your face and knock off your socks. I eat you up like bagels and rocks. I pwn you so hard, I knock off your cock. So put your Bible down and don't do what it takes. Cause that's not gonna help you anyway. Jesus loves me and he thinks you're gay. Worship CC, I'm the only way. Yeah.
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 Wow, G-Man, that's a tough act to follow.
Oh no, actually, I'm gonna kill that. But
You're
before
gonna kill it.
Before I do that, Creationist Cat, you said you was zapped by God, right? Creationist Cat, right?
Let's save this for the after party. Come on.
Yeah, let's have the after party later.
Just
let's have
listen.
the conversation later.
Yeah, let's fucking hear your fucking response.
Let's see if G-Man can destroy
Let's see
Creationist
G-Man
Cat. Yeah.
fucking diss on Creationist Cat and take him down.
0.0.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's go.
G-Man's about to light this place up. About to expose this little phony little cat. You know what's up.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's a cat.
Christians don't curse. And those who know God don't do that either. So listen up. Listen up, perverts. Just get out of my way. I'll beat you down, then get you neutered and spayed. I take your little paws and rip them to pieces. I grind your little box and then feed you to feces. You rap like TJ and you look like Lucy. I stomp you like Hoagie because you fight like a pussy. Your butt hurt yet? Because I'm just getting started. You beating me? You must be retarded. Stop barking like a dog and purr like a cat. Dillahunter lost and you know it's a fact. You're the chosen cat, then I'm Richard Dawkins. I'll break your legs and leave you like Hawkins. You lost this battle, so don't battle me again. My name is G-Man and I always win. Your rapping skills was a total joke. Here's TJ's banana, go eat it and choke.
Oh!
Oh, shit.
That was actually pretty good, G-Man.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Whoa, G-Man, stop cussing.
Fuck it.
Oh, man, G-Man's cursing
man.
now.
You're potty mouth, G-Man.
You just said Christians
Fucking
don't curse.
sucks.
Hey, G-Man, watch your mouth.
Eat this and choke. Eat this and choke.
Fucking thing sucks.
Well, we'll let the audience vote.
You know what? Yeah, let's
Let's see who the audience feels won.
We can talk about getting zapped by God through the internet in just a moment here. I'm just gonna give us the numbers. Everyone vote. Feel free to cast your votes, and you guys can feel free to ask Creationist Cat. So he got zapped by God through the internet. He's a real cat.
Yeah, looks real to me.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah, he's doing the same.
Yeah, look, guys. I mean, look, I'm clawing the floor. I mean, what am I? CGI? Of course, I'm a real cat.
Yeah, it's real.
I think you're TGI. TGI.
You're TGI. TGI Fridays. What is TGI?
But Cat, let me ask you a quick question.
Well, can I ask you a question first? Are you wearing hospital scrubs? Did you just get released from a sanitarium or something?
Oh, did you? Which god? By the way, out of curiosity, which god zapped you?
Which god?
Yeah, which god zapped?
What kind of freaking question is that?
Well, there's a bunch of them. So which one zapped you?
All right, you heard G-Man say there's a bunch of gods. So his god, the only one true God, etc., has lots of competition. So if there's so many gods, how the hell did he choose that one that he chose? The worst possible of choices.
G-Man's a pagan.
G-Man is a pagan.
You said that you don't need the Bible and all this other stuff? Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, wait a second, okay? This is really low of you, okay? This is really low, okay? Okay, because you have been, you didn't bring any of this up on the AIDS. Are you really going to do this? Are you really going to question the fact that I am the best? Look, shut the fuck up. I am the best evidence for God, okay?
You're not.
All of your other arguments would have failed. But the fact that I exist, a cat that was zapped by the Lord through the internet.
God, you were zapped by some psychiatric word.
You know what? I'm convinced. I am convinced, and I am now going to convert to Christianity because solely on Creationist Cat's existence.
Me too.
You know, I listened to G-Man's bullshit forever, and I was like, this is not convincing at all.
But finally... But, now, I mean, how else can I explain the existence of Creationist Cat?
Jesus zapped this cat. It's very clear to me. It's clear as day.
Did it hurt to get zapped?
As clear as I see you now, TJ.
Nobody watching the show believes that.
Oh, whatever, chocolate atheist.
Well, you can call me chocolate atheist. I don't bother.
That was
the chocolate.
Yeah, I'm not G-Man anymore. I'm the chocolate atheist.
Oh yeah, I remember when I did that. It's a good thing that my God gives.
Yeah.
The atheist community doesn't, but God does.
So yeah, just do whatever the fuck you want to do, and God will forgive you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's good.
It doesn't mean that. What? Have you seen me do it again? No.
Who knows?
Oh,
I mean,
we don't know all your things you're getting up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know everything you've done, G-Man.
You could be doing that on the weekends. For all we
know. Hey, Creationist Cat. G-Man prayed for money and then found money in a box outside, and
yeah,
God.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Exactly, which is just another reason why I just figured that if I brought him on to the AIDS Spectacular, his praying work. And you know what? I could have asked Pat Robertson to come. I could have asked Joel Osteen to come. I mean, I'm not saying that they would have been there, but I could have asked them. And G-Man
not even
G-Man ruined everything. We could have exterminated AIDS off the face of the earth. And this is my retribution. This is my retribution.
G-Man doesn't have the power to do anything. G-Man can ask God to do something. When I'm asking according to his will, you're asking according to your own will. That's what you want.
Well, then, I'm sorry, you had no compunction with just joy. I asked you, I said, look, would you help us destroy the AIDS with your prayer?
That ain't what.
No, that's exactly it. Hey, everybody, go back and look at the video. We showed it, okay?
I got
the video speaks for itself. The video speaks for itself.
Yeah, whatever. That's not how it happened, and you know it. So, I'll choose to be quiet there. But anyway, how do you guys like my show, The Drunken Peasant?
How do we like what?
My show, The Drunken Peasants. How do you guys like it?
This is not your show.
How do you know, Ben? Maybe it is.
Just last.
How do you know TJ isn't working behind the scenes with me?
Yeah. That's true. How do you know, Ben?
Creationist Cat doesn't even know. He might be getting set up right now. He doesn't even know.
Oh, all right. Right now, just want to.
If I really wanted to poem Creationist Cat,
just want to give you an update on the voting. We have 804 votes.
Oh wow, that's a lot
that have come in. And listen to him making all these excuses.
Who's won?
Creationist Cat has 70% of the vote.
What?
Shut up for a second, G-Man. Creationist Cat has 70% of the votes, 561 votes. Then G-Man with 153, 19%. And then there's people that hate both of you, but that was only 47 votes.
And there's people who say you're both amazing.
Yep.
But that was pretty low too.
Yep.
Looks like Creationist Cat won according to the poll.
And according to the judges here.
According to the judges here, yeah.
We'll go to the theist and ask the theist for one.
Who could have foreseen this epic victory?
I never imagined it would happen this way.
Well, you can send the theist the poll then, G-Man. See what they think.
99.9% of the people watching this show right now are atheists, and we all know that they hate my guts. So come on.
No, they don't hate you. They don't hate you.
They don't hate you.
No, they don't hate you.
No.
They hate your raps. Okay?
Oh, they love my raps. How many raps you got on your channel, Creation? You go ahead and make one. I double dog dare you to make what I've done with atheist own. Good luck with that.
I challenge you to make a rebuttal of atheist own.
They'll remember but they won't remember nothing you said.
That was a hit. That was a hit.
Yeah.
I have to say, I have to say that it's so seldom that I come across another creationist who is completely disconnected from reality. G-Man, you are really the only one that I've ever met. Every single.
You actually thought you won this battle. That's number one. And number two, you actually think that cats talk. Yeah.
You can't see me.
And you think that you won your battle with Matt Dillahunty. Clearly, you are very deranged and disconnected from reality.
No.
One point that he made in that call, factual. Since the Bible doesn't matter, Creationist Cat. I remember you said that. Tell me something. Clarify one point that he made in that conversation that was accurate and true, and not fiction or something he made up in his head.
I really don't know what the freak you're talking about now,
exactly.
man.
So how can you say he won?
Unhinged.
How can you say he
totally
won?
unhinged.
You know what the heck?
This is really disturbing.
Honey, if you're watching this, I know you're scared of me. You keep running like a little coward. Keep running. Keep running. Keep running.
Oh, yeah, he's running. He's running, dude.
He's running, man.
Matt Dillahunty's like,
hey,
he's gonna put in witness protection and shit. Like, don't let G-Man get me.
If G-Man sees me, I'm gone.
TJ, I respect you.
Yeah.
So do me a favor. Why don't you clarify one point that Matt Dillahunty made during that call that I made?
But hold on, but G-Man, we've already discussed that ad nauseum on this show. That subject.
Okay, but I haven't heard you clarify an actual factual point, not your own opinion. I'm talking about facts, something that cannot be refuted. What did he say on that show that was true? I mean, he refuted me. I can tell you how I refuted him. Can you tell me how you refuted me? No, you can't, because you're doing it because you have a bias towards other atheists.
No, I really don't.
Okay, so what point did he make?
Well, I didn't watch the second one. I only watched the first one you did with him.
Oh, the second one. When I completely whooped his behind.
Oh,
now,
okay. In the second one, that's when you got your vengeance. That was like the Empire Strikes Back.
I beat him in the first one too, because all he kept doing was running and dominating.
No, you really didn't.
It did not appear that way to us.
I would say that's inaccurate.
Okay, so tell me.
Ben, have you seen both of the G-Man Matt Dillahunty videos?
Yes.
Okay.
G-Man wants us to mention a specific point that Dillahunty said.
I don't know if I remember, but I have seen them both.
A fact that,
What?
Irrefutable fact.
Hashtag G-Man, what Matt Dillahunty behind? You guys know the facts. Come on now.
No, you got him hanging.
Come up with one point that he made, not one. And you guys are claiming he won. How about you, Creationist Cat?
I had no idea we were going to talk about this.
From God. I'm sorry, guys.
G-Man, I don't know what the freak you're talking about. You're really scaring me here. You know, I'm a cat. I get easily wigged out, and you're doing it. You're really wigging
Creationist
me
cat's
out.
gonna pee on the floor, G-Man. He's gonna pee on that rug.
Brain's about this big. That's why you can't think about it, Kareem.
Is that the size of your dick right there? Is
Oh,
that
that's actually to my rap. That's why your girl left. Why your girl left and joined me. And I'm not talking about some other cat. All right. So can somebody here point out why Matt Dillahunty beat me? Because if you can't, you're getting embarrassed in front of a lot of people right now.
I don't think we're embarrassed.
Okay, wait. So I have a question.
All right, well...
The supposed girl that you stole from me, did you fornicate with her? Did you
know
have premarital sex?
Sounds like coveting.
Did you
Sounds
do
like
that?
Yeah, G-Man was coveting.
Coveting.
Because that could get you thrown to hell. I mean, dude, I fornicate with all my girls, but you know what? I'm a cat, and the laws of man don't apply to me. They apply to you, however. So if you had sex outside of marriage, I'm sorry, G-Man, you're going to hell. You're going to burn in hell.
According to who?
You're going to burn in hell.
One, there is no condemnation for those who are called by Jesus.
Look, I suggest that you come back to reality. You don't have to, but if you don't, you're going to burn in hell.
Oh, I'm totally going to burn in hell because you're a sodomite?
So G-Man, your thing is you can do whatever you want, and that, but because you believe in Jesus, that just gets erased, right?
You guys said. I never said that.
No. But you just said. Am I going to go to hell? No, because I believe in Jesus. That's what you just said.
I'm talking about a fictional situation that I put in a rap about me taking his girl.
But what about coveting? What about coveting?
Yeah, that's still coveting, right?
That is coveting.
I don't even know what his girlfriend looks like.
Okay, what about?
So you're that indiscriminate about the girls.
So G-Man, you don't covet ever, right?
Nothing.
Oh no, I mean I'm not.
Oh, G-Man, actually, we were watching a video the other day that you did when you were street preaching, and we noticed that you were just filming this girl that was off to the side.
Yeah, we did notice that.
Not even engaging in the conversation. You're just like,
I'm
just gonna film her for a while. She was kind of cute, G-Man.
Somebody can watch the video and see that you're making that up. That's
no, we watched it.
Not.
We watched it right here on the show. And
I know what I was doing. There was here. I can actually screen share it if I chose. So don't go there. I did not focus on some girls. Focusing on what was being done.
No, you fucking turned the camera and you filmed the girl for at least 30 or 40 seconds.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'm not a 42-year-old virgin. I don't know what you guys get in here from. Where's the logic and reasoning with this?
Are you 43? Happy birthday.
I'm not 43. I'm not even 40.
Okay.
I'm not even 41 yet.
Oh, how old are you, G-Man?
I think
that's private.
I'm glad that we have this footage.
How old are you, TJ?
Go ahead.
I'm 30.
Go ahead, G-Man.
Wait a minute, you 30? I'm older than you, TJ. You're like a little kid to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're a little kid, TJ.
So I know you're in your 30s, but I can't know the exact number.
Yeah, it's private information.
So he's a 30-something-year-old virgin then.
No, I'm 40.
You're 40-year-old virgin. Okay.
Just like the movie, dude. You make a movie about G-Man.
Yeah.
Although I don't have a problem with people being virgins, but I'm not a 40-year-old virgin.
So creationist cat. What were you trying to say?
I was just trying to say that I have a feeling that this footage that we have right here is going to be featured in a documentary, maybe like a year or two now, that kind of showcases G-Man's descent into madness. I just have a feeling that this is really kind of reached a turning point here. And
the madness of G-Man.
Madness. Space
so
madness.
Let's see the clip. Let's see the clip that's going to drive me into madness.
The clip? What clip is that?
He says he has a clip or something that's going to drive me into madness. I like to see it.
All right, let's go.
Let's see a creationist cat.
Yeah, well, watch this when this is over. Watch it when it's uploaded, and that should pretty much drive you into madness. Kind of really the mockery that you've made of yourself tonight. That
Creationist cat means this. This is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not making a mockery out of myself. Trust me, creationist cat, and you know it. I'm having. Yes.
So G-Man, you think you won the rap battle? Just to clarify.
I think I won the last two. I didn't win the first two, but that was on purpose.
Okay.
Okay. The last two,
So there is a little
G-Man
bit of
told
nuance.
me that G-Man told me that he was going to let me win a few weeks ago, and I was like, what? Why are you going to do that? I was like, no, don't do that. I want to take you on fair terms. I can take you down. I can take you down.
I can show you my
And he's been telling everybody. You know, a lot of people have written me like, G-Man actually thinks he's going to beat you. G-Man is like totally talking about how he's going. I just clawed your ass up. I mean, how does that feel, man? How does that feel to get so obliterated?
But according to who? I mean, you're speaking like what you're saying is true.
According to every human being on the planet except for you.
Okay, according to atheists, who you was appealing to.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, but why would Creationist Cat appeal to us? He's a creationist.
Yeah, you're both creationists.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So.
Creationist Cat doesn't appeal to atheists.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm shocked by this.
Atheists are the most unbiased audience possible.
He's the Lord's chosen rapper. Would we really vote for the Lord's chosen rapper?
Let's go on record and say this about the Creationist Cat. I am officially questioning whether or not he's chosen or not, and I will be.
Oh wow!
How chosen he is, and then he can expect some ponage.
G-Man's gonna do some investigative journalism now. And find out the truth about Creationist Cat.
About embarrassment.
Was he really zapped by Jesus? Find out at 11.
How do you feel about this this intrusion into your life, Creationist Cat? Are you scared?
Yeah, I might find a litter box.
But you know, cats do scare easily. But no, I'm not the least bit frightened right now. I mean, it's really pathetic because you know, I mean, he as I said. I happen to be the best. Look at this. He can't even shut up for a second. You've been talking. No one has understood a freaking thing you said for 90% of the night, including your raps. And now you won't even let me get a word in edgewise. This is really pathetic. Get a hold of yourself.
My raps was awesome.
How did you come up with that? How did you come up with that? Because that's really
you got on your channel.
That's a stroke of genius right there, G-Man.
I want you to upload this rap to your channel, and I want to see if it does better than Atheist Own. By the way, good luck with that. And we're on this channel. You're gonna learn the hard way, bro. If you don't get more than, let me see, I don't know, 500,000 views, and you can't talk to me. So leave me alone.
Wow. Oh wow, Creationist Cat.
That is how you determine a victor. How many views you get. Not by, let me be biased and vote for Creation.
Wait, so does that mean that because
votes don't matter, views matter, TJ.
Wait a minute, G-Man, does that mean that because my atheist channel gets more views than your Christian channel, that atheism is right?
Yeah, atheism wins.
Atheism just wins?
Congratulations.
Your channel's on Mount Everest. My channel is below.
G-Man, my videos typically literally get at least 20 to 30 times the views that yours do.
Sure.
I mean, especially the ones you've been putting up recently.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
A lot of views.
So by your own metric, I have completely obliterated you in that way as well.
Okay, you have. Yes, you have. Everybody give him a round of applause. But you'll never be Atheist Own. You will never make one video that will be Atheist Own. You want to know why?
Yeah. That's a compelling argument. That's a compelling. TJ, do you feel compelled by that argument?
All right, Creationist Cat, on the spot, come up with something as catchy as do it.
Oh, it's possible, TJ. That's a tall order.
Oh! Time have to kill CC.
I'm gonna fight your ass, and then you're gonna be humbled.
Things are getting weird on this show.
You know what? I think that this is actually officially now weirder than the G-Time Johnny episode that you guys had recently.
I don't know about that.
Oh, no, but you know, maybe a
it's
okay,
approaching.
I wasn't being literal, guys. Jesus Christ.
Okay, sorry.
We're sorry. You're God's chosen cat. I mean, God. What do you expect from
I'd
us?
like to have you and G-Time Johnny on at the same time.
Maybe they could figure. Maybe Creationist Cat could figure
The Creationist Cat already has everything figured out. Obviously, who's that by Jesus?
Eventually, we're just gonna start pairing all our guests off, and So if you're ready for G Time Johnny, Creationist Cat, just let us know. If you can't handle him, then we understand.
Yeah, you should explain. You
Might
should
be too much
explain man
knowledge.
time and G time and Earth time to us, because G Time Johnny.
How about G Man?
Johnny makes perfect sense to cats.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
He makes perfect sense.
You gotta know that I'm really angry right now, but I'm gonna try to conduct myself a certain way, at least till tomorrow, so I can explain what's going on, at least the way I understand it, since everything was done behind my back. I'll be using instruments like this to talk about what's in my back right now. And it's dull too, it's not even sharp. So if you guys don't mind, could you share the video? And if you're a Hebrew Israelite, I especially want to talk to you today, because you guys always say I don't talk about Christians, I don't talk about the Edomites, and I don't talk about all these other people. Well, today and this week, you're all going to get what you finally wanted to see. A lot of you always thought that vocab alone controlled me. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And then tomorrow, I'm really going to spill the beans. But anyway, again, welcome everyone to another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministries. And I am seriously being attacked by Satan in a way that I never thought that I would actually be attacked on. For those of you who are in the know, I was part of a group up until a couple of minutes ago, or an hour or so ago, called Shield Squad. The purpose of the group was to expose the Hebrew Israelites and to preach the gospel to them. Yep, that was the purpose of the group. I'm not going to do it today, but I will be talking about SOG and how Shield Squad actually got started. And if I have to, I'll bring Faithful to God in here to confirm what I'm going to say. So, you know, it's going to get really interesting around here, guys. Before I say anything, I want to say something to you guys. Especially for people that's going to be watching this later on, because I want to keep this as biblical as possible. I am not a stranger to being stabbed in my back by my so-called brethren. And even right now, some Christians are going to be like, G-Man, you should talk to them in private. You should not do this in public. The atheists are going to mock and they're going to scoff. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have proof using my phone here that I tried to text Cyril. Cyril blocked me from his phone. G Consciousness would not pick up his phone. Sister Cherry, the person who I thought was most loyal to me, decided not to pick up her phone, but I think she's at work though too. And TVCO and those guys, I don't have their phone numbers and all that stuff and whatnot. So So anyway, guys, before I got on YouTube, I'll tell you a quick story. I've been involved with a couple of churches where Christians have stabbed me in the back, and I almost left the faith because of it. There's a whole video on my channel called G-Man, my almost deconversion story, where I almost considered walking away from the faith. And it was because of Christians stabbing me in the back. I lost a lot of money. I got conned out of a lot of money. A lot of things happened when I was in that church. And again, you can look at the video. It's called G-Man's my almost deconversion story. What I'll do at the end of this video is I'll provide the link in the description of this video so you guys can see this. So you can see what happened. I tell the whole entire story. The video is about 45 minutes long. It's a long, long, long story. So anyway, according to G Consciousness, I was told that I'm no longer in Shield Squad. You guys have been paying attention to anything I've been doing on this channel. You know that I've been promoting Sister Cherry and G Consciousness and Vocab Malone like a dummy. And I feel really stupid right now. I really do. I feel really, really, really stupid. You know, if you guys come to Jesus Christ, don't join Shield Squad or SOG. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And I'm going to be talking about this. I'm going to tell you guys my plans. I'm going to be on Debate Talk for You talking about this. I'm going on ISUPK talking about this. The next time I confront the Hebrew Israelites, I'm going to be talking about this for a while. You know, I'm not one of these people that take getting hurt lightly. When you trust people, you tell people certain things, and then they use it against you. I'm not a person that takes that very well. So you see how I responded to J.D. Kane and Dragnet and a lot of those guys. I don't take backstabbing very, very kindly. So their solution for dealing with me, I have to get my Bible here for a moment. Give me a second here. Right now, that hypocrite G Consciousness. See, I want to call TVCO a hypocrite, but the problem is this. I don't really know TVCO. I don't know what his opinion about all of this is. So I'm not talking about TVCO. I only got a couple of people that I'm going to be talking about here. And it's going to hurt me to make one of these videos. It ain't going to hurt me to make this about Vocab Malone. A lot of you want to know what my opinion about this Calvinist is. Oh, you're going to hear my opinion soon, I assure you. And I'm going to show video proof. See, I'm not one of these people that just go in there and just say things and don't prove what he's saying. I'm going to show video proof of what I'm talking about. Then there's that long-winded windbag known as Surreal who never gets to the point. Then there's Sister Cherry. You think she can get emotional? She's going to be the very last one I deal with because I want to give her an opportunity to prove she's got the Spirit of God. All right? I'm sitting here and I'm promoting. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute, okay? For the YouTubers that's watching this, you know how stupid I look right now. I'm sitting here promoting these videos, talking about how powerful these people are for the Lord, talking about how close we are and whatnot. Meanwhile, behind their back, they're going, we got to get rid of G-Man. That's Shield Squad, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, that's SOG too. I'm going to get both of them. All right? And I'm going to tell you all what happened. What they wouldn't tell you guys on Debate Talk for You, what they wouldn't tell you guys on in any other formats. I'm going to tell you the real reason why they left Soldiers of God. And since I've never really talked to Vocab Malone about his little problem or rebuked him in public, since he wrote a book and everything and he wants publicity so much, I'm going to give him all the publicity he wants. Why? Because SOG took this and stabbed me in the back. You don't treat your family like that, and you certainly don't treat another Christian like that. So since this is what you guys deem as love, is taking a knife and stabbing me in the back, I promise you this. The same thing I tell these atheists and everybody, you can lie about me, but I'm going to tell the truth with proof. With proof. Because a lot of them are going to say, G-Man's just being emotional. But when I start showing you the video proof of what I'm talking about, all of you will understand then. I'll even take you to G+ and show you private conversations. I'm not playing with these people. Okay? So the moment they went public and they did that, mind you, they didn't practice Matthew 17 and come to me in private. They didn't do that. They never told me I was out of SOG. Nor does this book teach that you're supposed to be a coward and kick me out without actually telling me. That's not in here. It ain't in none of these 66 books. It ain't in none of them. But right now, at this very moment, they're over there trying to sound all holier than thou on that YouTube channel, talking to the Hebrew Israelites while being hypocrites about, well, I thought I was one of their own. And then there's Surreal. What is he? Because, I mean, seriously, I'm not an SOG no more. Well, Malone's a Calvinist. We know I don't agree with Calvinism. Then you got Surreal, who's what do you call that? What do you call them people? Believes in worshiping statues and all that stuff and whatnot. What's that called? It's called the Orthodox Church. That's right. He's Orthodox. So we'll be talking about Surreal. And then you have Sister Cherry, who I believe is Baptist/Pentecostal. You know what I mean? We'll be talking about her. And we'll be talking about just the ongoings of what was going on behind. But anyway, I got kicked out of Shield Squad. I'm going to tell you guys about the conversation that I had with, and then I'm going to go into this a little bit more in detail about how cowardly that vocab Malone is. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know something here. Every time I make a video, the link is going to be put there in public for them to come in here and confront me. Guess how many of them is going to come in here? 0. Because you guys see me. I'm no hypocrite. I'm no fake, and I'm no fraud. I have video proof on here that I go out there in the name of my Lord and my Savior, Jesus Christ, and I put my life on the line for the gospel, not for those fools. And I go out there and I confront the Hebrew Israelites, the ISUPK, IUIC, GMS. And I do it face to face. I don't hide behind a computer monitor and talk smack. Oh, I cannot wait until I tell you guys, starting with that coward vocab Malone. Can't wait. Then we're going to get to that sissy so Surreal. Oh, and by the way, guys, it's not like Surreal's going to be able to prove me wrong. Because unlike those bums and those cowards, they are not going to be able to say, well, G-Man didn't want to give me a link to come in there and defend. Matter of fact, let me check my live chat right now. Let's see something here. Great. So, anyway, let me tell you guys why they kicked me out of Shield Squad. You guys are going to be dying when you hear this, okay? So, all of you know that Sakari made that diss rap about the Shield Squad and whatnot, right? Because I'm assuming this is why they did it, because this is the talk that we had, right? They apparently paid a professional to make a rap response to represent all of us to respond to Sakari, which is an admirable thing. They spent a lot of money. They spent like between $300 and $500 to do that. You know who they told? They didn't tell me anything. You see, but I got called gay again in their video. They already knew in advance that I don't like being called gay because I'm nothing like that. I speak out against it all the time. As a matter of fact, you want to know who gave me the link and told me they made the rap? Sister Cherry told me about it. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, no. All of you know me. I was going to respond to it, which I did. Sakari Street Saga actually left a comment in the comment section, and I'll provide all of the proof if you guys want it, okay? Where they said that G-Man's shooting out the bars. And I only responded to one part of the rap. Only one. And that was when they were talking about me. I wish you guys could have heard what I originally wanted to say. But I told them, and it was like, well, you know, G-Man, you can't say that. It wouldn't look godly. And I agree with them. And I didn't agree with them right away. But after I got off the phone with them, I said, okay, I'm not going to say these things. I'm going to rewrite this, which is what I did, which is why it took me so long to put it out. I even showed friends and family, and I'm pretty sure they're watching right now, laughing their butts off about this because they told me not to say them things. That's how convicted I got. And I didn't say the things that I said I was going to say. Decided to make it more funny instead of being all serious and whatnot, right? So I get a call from vocab Malone, and we'll talk about. I'm not even going to go into who the other person on the phone was. It was a G-con, the con that's pretending to be a Christian over there. He actually. They said, G-Man, can you do me a favor and say that you didn't know that they wanted me to get on here and lie and to say that I didn't know about them putting the rap up there, which I know that my rap got more views. I knew my rap was going to get more views. You want to know why? Because I have the biggest channel of all of those buffoons. So they wanted me to just share what they paid for. We didn't sit down and have a meeting about it like mature people do. We didn't have a private conversation about this like mature people do. Nope, they just called me on the phone while I was at work and then attempted to try to have a three-way call and they attempted to try to, oh, G-Man, you shouldn't do this and blah, blah, blah. And I already put the work and the time in it already. So the Sakari Coon diss rap was uploaded. Now, apparently, my rap was unbiblical. And it was an embarrassment to the Shield Squad. So, since vocab is going to go first, I'm going to show you guys what they spent $300 on. And then we're going to go to the Bible. And guys, I'm going to promise you guys something. In every last one of these ponish videos, I'm going to show you what these hypocrites were telling me not to do. And then you're going to watch them do the same thing every time they get into a hangout. I'm dead serious, guys. You got to see this. Okay? So right now, they're preaching to the Hebrew Israelites, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, while they're doing it themselves. Not only am I going to talk about that, because this is just a preview of what you guys are going to get. Earlier, you heard me talk about the Soldiers of God, SOG. A lot of you know that Vocab Malone, G Consciousness, Sister Cherry, So Real, myself, was all part of, and Faithful to God, was all part of a group called Soldiers
Checking the
of God.
ducking. Checking the ducking. Doesn't look like. Is it working? I don't know.
No. I'm going to tell you guys starting tomorrow. What really happens is we're going to start with Vocab Malone. One of the things I was getting tired of is when I went outside and everybody was like, G-Man, you take orders from Vocab Malone. You don't think for yourself. Vocab's your master and all this stuff. You won't say that tomorrow. You won't say that tomorrow.
Audio issues are originating from the video, ladies and gentlemen.
Like I said, I got this hanging out of my back. They stabbed me in the back. I put my trust in these people, and you saw what happened. This is why I don't like talking about my personal life, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to share this with my regulars on this channel. This is why I don't like talking about my personal life. I don't like getting involved with people here on the internet, because these people cannot keep things to themselves. And yet, they want to preach the gospel to you and have you join Shield Squad. If you join Shield Squad, then you are the dumbest person on the internet. Because you're going to see all of the drama and the hypocrisy that you're going to have to deal with when you start dealing with these guys. They won't tell you how many times I tried to voluntarily leave, and they wouldn't let me leave. They kept bringing me in this drama over and over and over again. I'm so mad right now, guys, that I called Captain. I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to you. I called Captain Tazariot, and I told him, let me come on your show to talk about Vocab Malone. And not only am I going to do that on ISUPK Radio, these Hebrew Israelites are all over the place. I'm going to talk to IUIC about them. I'm going to talk to GMS about them. I'm going to talk to churches about him. I'm going to go to his own reformed churches and put him in his place. This man claims to be a Calvinist and claims to be a man of God, yet these how can I put this? Do yourselves a favor and go read, where is it? I believe it's in Revelation chapter 21, verse 8, I think it is. Let's read it. Let me read that to you guys. I want to show you something, because people think I call people names on here and I'm being in the flesh. No. I'm simply repeating what I see in the Bible. Let me show you something here. Those ranked amateurs can't deal with me, okay? And when I say amateurs, they don't know enough. They don't know enough about Scripture to realize that they're in sin right now. What does the Bible say about giving your sacrifice? I'm sorry, bringing your sacrifice to the altar, and you have an offended brother? What does it say? Give me a break. These hypocrites are going down. Revelation
Come on, G-Man, get on with it.
Up here, because I got scriptures written up here, guys. I don't know where it is.
He doesn't know his Bible. He just doesn't know his Bible. And he claims to be a Christian.
Give me a second here, guys. I'll find the scripture because I want to read it to you. Now, I hope I'm wrong about Sister Cherry. I really, really, really hope I'm wrong about Sister Cherry. I really, 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 really hope I'm wrong about it. But I've helped her twice. And I feel very betrayed right now. This is why there's going to be some mega changes coming to what I do on the internet and my interactions with people on here. There are some serious as cancer changes coming. Because I'm learning that I can't even trust Christians here on the internet. I can't even trust Christians on here. So just give me a second here. I got a Christian telling me that a person died and the person didn't die. Then I got a Christian telling me that my friend behind my back, they're going, we got to kick G-Man out of Shield Squad. Okay, guys, the scripture we're looking for is not here. Oh, it is here. I'm so round up, I didn't even see it. Okay, Revelation 21:8, it says, guts to actually take me on. How many of you saw the video when I met Cyril in person? Put on that fake smile, had that fake Christian attitude. How many of you see me in a room with G-Con? Hey, Brother G-Con, I think you're awesome. I mean, Brother G-Man, I think you're awesome. You're a blessing to my ministry and all this other stuff and whatnot, right? Every time I did the G podcast, I put the link to their videos in the description of the videos. They never promoted mine, except for like once in a blue moon. Y'all want to play with me? Fine. Y'all playing with 100% pure fire because I done had enough of this hypocrisy here on the internet. I done had it.
Hypocrisy.
Me up about petty nonsense, and I got people stabbing me on the back here online again. I know some of you saying, "No, G-Man, leave Christian." I'm not leaving my faith for this nonsense. But however, I'm going to put some people in their place. So I'm guessing why I was kicked out of the Shield Squad because of the rap situation. I honestly don't know what the heck G-Con was talking about. I just found out tonight. If you guys go look at the video that they're in right now, if they haven't deleted all of my comments, which is what I think they did, you'll see. As a matter of fact, I can show you on the phone too, because that's what I'm thinking about doing. Since they can block me all they want, I can still show you their messages. These people need to get a clue, seriously. Not to mention all the recorded conversations that I have. These people are just gone, like, whatever. So anyway, I gotta find a godly way to say this. You guys just don't know how hard it is to practice holiness and not want to say certain things. It is not as easy as you guys might think it is. All right, so just give me a second here. So anyway, again, Vocab Malone and G Consciousness called my job, and they basically wanted to correct me about a rap that I was going to do because their rap was going to be biblical and my rap wasn't. And by the way, according to them, I can't rap. So for the atheists out there that want to get their laugh on, yes, we got 2 Christians out there saying I can't rap. Vocab Malone can rap, guys. Watch the Vocab video tomorrow. I want all of you to watch that. A lot of you don't know this, but I was actually in the middle of making a rap about the ISUPK. I guess Shield Squad just made the cut. They actually just made the cut because they're definitely going to get a line, a bar or 2 in this rap if I don't dedicate an entire one to those hypocrites. But those guys are done. Those guys are done. And that I promise you. And I'm going to be the one to destroy them. You'll see. So, well, let me clarify something, because a lot of you might think that's a conceited statement. It's not me that's actually going to do it. See, I'm going to be reading a lot of scripture tomorrow, talking about what this is, the protocol is to correct someone and to talk to someone. And I'm going to talk about this. And I'm going to show you how they didn't follow any of it. I'm going to talk about everything. And you know what, Cyril? Since I'm gone, I'm going to be talking about your love life, sir. What do you say? What do you hear what I got to say about that? You remember them women that you brought on my YouTube? I'm telling you, Cyril, you should have did this to somebody else. You should have did this to somebody else. Because I'm going to raise the temperature online now. And you can ignore me. I hope you ignore me. Because every single video I do, there will be a link in the description, and you will get an invite to come in here. And we know.
I don't think G-Man likes women. Tell me, viewers, is G-Man gay? He, in my opinion, based on the history of G-Man on the internet anyway, I would say yes. I think he is definitely a homosexual.
Know that Cyril isn't going to want to come in here. We already know it, guys. Because, like I said, I'm not orthodox, and you all know my opinion about that. And I'm going to rip him a new one. I assure you of that. All right. Denise is giving me some good advice. You're right. I do need to go pray. You're right. I appreciate that. That's the most biblical thing I've heard all night. Thank you. And Faith Lane told me to delete my comments. Thank you, Faith Lane, for proper biblical correction. I appreciate that. A lot of you don't even know I didn't even want to be an SOG. You guys just don't know the half of it. It all started with faithful to God. I'm going to tell you guys everything starting tomorrow, starting with Faithful and Vocab Malone. Okay? And I'm going to give them 24 hours, not even 24 hours. They're only going to get a couple hours until I go to sleep and wake up tomorrow, where they can straighten a lot of this out and actually clarify some things. Because right now I'm guessing. I don't know why I'm kicked out. I really don't. I think Vocab Malone has a problem with how I go about doing my evangelism. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to compare a Vocab Malone video, how he goes out there and deal with the Hebrew Israelites. Then we're going to read scripture, and then we're going to look at one of my videos, and we're going to look at scripture. It ain't going to be pretty. It is going to be ugly. I'm telling you guys, it's going to look real ugly. We're going to talk about that debate that Vocab and G-Con had, which I kept my mouth shut about. All of the criticism all of them was getting from Faithful to God when they went on Debate Talk for You. We're going to talk about all of this, guys. All of it. I'm going to tell everything. The one thing I will not tolerate is when people call themselves my friend and they take one of these and they stab me in the back. And every last one of them had one of these and they stabbed me in the back. It's my turn now.
This is Emperor G-Man talking. There was Caesar, stabbed in the back by his friends, and now there is G-Man, stabbed in the back by his friends. What a martyr.
No, I'm not going to stab you in the back. You lied about me. I'm going to tell the truth about you. That's what's going to happen. And I'm going to do it in a biblical way. I'm actually going to open up my Bible. I'm not just going to get on here and go, guys, we're talking about this in public. You know, we talked to G-Man. He's no longer in Show Squad. There's a reason why I'm mad. I'm not mad so much because they kicked me out. And you're going to find this out later. I'm mad that I wasn't told about it. And I'm sitting here promoting their YouTube channels. What kind of a demon does that? I'm like borderline wanting to cry and like wanting to like just punch this monitor. I'm so angry right now, guys. You guys just don't know. You just don't know. I want to just break this laptop right now. You just don't know. But One of the fruits of the spirit is self-control, and I'm not going to do that. When I get off of here, I'm going to take the advice that Denise gave me. I'm going to go pray. I'm going to talk to God. I'm going to ask him to calm me down. So when I do my video tomorrow, if I do it, because sometimes the Holy Spirit will talk to me and say, it's not worth it. Don't do it. And I won't. But if the Lord don't tell me that, and I don't get that conviction, you think they're mad at me now, just wait until tomorrow. And I promise you, after the Vocab Malone video, they're going to be blowing my phone up. I promise you. Because the next person I'm doing right after Vocab is going to be Surreal. And I'm going to say G-Con for like close to the last. Close to the back, because he's one of the biggest hypocrites in the group. Hey, G-Man, you're not supposed to conduct yourself in that condition. G-Man, your G podcast is all about you. It's not about Shield Squad. I'm going to take you guys to what happened when I had my Google Hangouts. You Hebrew Israelites think I don't have no empathy for you. See, what they don't understand is this. I'll give you a little preview for what I'm going to do to G-Con. You remember when you was coming into my Google Hangouts and you was being over-talked and your microphone was being muted every 2 seconds and you wasn't being allowed to talk? I absolutely despise that. What I'm going to do to G-Con. And they kept doing it. So I said, you know what? I know more. I'm going to do the G podcast, and I'm going to let these Hebrew Israelites actually talk. And you guys know I'm telling you the truth, that when I hook this up to my speaker, I let these guys go on and on. You guys say I got so much patience and all this other stuff and whatnot. But I want to hear what they got to say, because you don't know how to refute them unless you hear what they're, you know, where they're coming from. Because not all the Hebrew Israelites believe the same. You know, another reason that I'm angry is I shouldn't even be doing this right now. Is that I've been shoved, I've been pushed, I've been threatened by these Hebrew Israelites. I've had like 80 of them threaten my life. I've had all, and this is how I'm treated. Then I get off of the computer and my brother, hey, G-Man, I think those Hebrew Israelites are actually right. Got my family talking to me about these Hebrew Israelites being right, and I'm wrong. And now Evangelist Ken is giving his ear over to that nonsense. Not everybody's called to do this. That's all I got to say. Not everybody can do this. And don't ask God to put this burden on you if you don't know what to do. Please don't ask him to do it, because it's hard, it is heavy, and it's difficult sometimes. All right. No, Evangelist Ken is not a black Hebrew Israelite. He just listens to it a little bit too much for my liking. Well, Carmel Crunk, the one thing that you don't got to worry about me, sis, is I'm not leaving the church. I'm not leaving Christianity. I'm not going to leave the faith. This ain't the first time this happened. This won't be the last time. All right? This ain't the first time this ever happened to me. Those people got on here and they made believe and they pretended that they cared about me. They pretended that they were my friends. They pretended like they cared about what was going on in my life. Got what they want, and that's an audience. And now they want to kick me. Any of you become a Christian and you're a Hebrew Israelite and you join Shield Squad, I got some pills for you to take, because you're going to need medication, because you're going to get a migraine 1 month inside of joining those guys. I'm telling you that right now. Kempa Ben Israel is right. One thing we know for certainty is that none of us is perfect. You're right about that. But G consciousness publicly, without telling me about it first, decided behind my back, on top of that, decided to say, oh, G-Man's not part of shit. I'm not part of Shield Squad. Well, why wasn't I told? So we got a lot of Judas Iscariots in the church too, guys. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, Jesus picked 12, and one of them happened to be a Judas. It just happens that there are several Judases, and I'm not saying all of them. Guys, please don't go and attack TVCO. I believe he's innocent in all of this. The only people I'm holding accountable to this is Sister Cherry, G-Con, and Vocab Malone is surreal. They've known me the longest. TVCO and I have only been in the room like 2 or 3 times. So please don't take this out on him or any of the newer members of Shield Squad. They have nothing to do with this. Please don't leave any hurtful comments toward them. Don't go attacking them. It is not biblical. Don't do it, because they ain't had nothing to do with this. However, if you're a Black Hebrew Israelite and you're gonna take correction from a person like Surreal and G Consciousness and Sister Cherry, and you don't bring this up, there is something wrong with you, because now you have you basically got a smoking gun to shut them up. They ever call you guys a coward? Well, I guess if I'm a coward, you're 3 times a coward, since you claim you got the truth and you won't confront G-Man. Carmel Crunk, they're not calling me. Sister Cherry is at work. So I tried calling her a couple of times. Like I said, there's a possibility that even Sister Cherry didn't know about it. But if she did, there's going to be a major, major, major problem about this. Who's this? I got some people texting me and whatnot, and I appreciate the support, guys. But like I said, starting with that Vocab Malone, and like I said, I'm not saying they're not Christians. I want to make sure that this is perfectly understood. I am not saying that they're not Christians. I'm just saying that they are in sin and they need to repent. And I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it. See, one of the things I did tell Vocab Malone and G-Con is that I don't need them. I wanted to leave this thing several times and they wouldn't let me leave. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get Faithful to God on here to talk to you guys about this. If he wants to, he probably won't. Some people are apparently concerned about my reputation being damaged and how the Hebrew Israelites are going to win a battle because Christians are infighting and whatnot. I'll take you to Bible prophecy and show you why that's not true. And then number 2, I'm going to do what my Savior called me to do. See, what these knuckleheads on YouTube don't understand is this. I am called by Christ. I am going to do what I'm called to do until my dying breath. You don't have to worry about that. I'm still going to go out there and confront the Hebrew Israelites. I'm still going to go out there and do my thing. I'm still going to be the man of God that I've always been here on the internet. However, because of what I do here on the internet, I will not allow those slanderers to lie on me on that YouTube channel without a video response. So the first video response is going to be made about Vocab Malone. The guy who says I can't rap. I really wish I could show you what I wanted to show you right now, because I can't rap. Vocab can. It's going to be a very interesting video. We're going to talk about theology and how it's best to go about doing certain things and whatnot. And Vocab Malone is by far the most popular person. Now that I'm going, he's by far the most popular person in all of in all of Shield Squad. So he's definitely going to be the first person I'm going to deal with. They're not going to like what I'm going to do. They're not going to like it at all. Moy Joey in the live chat said, "Who cares about rap?" You're right, Moe Joey. No one cares about that. But this is one of the reasons why I was kicked out of Shield Squad. I was kicked out because I can't rap. Because I can't rap. And I'm going to repeat this again, guys. I was kicked out of Shield Squad because I can't rap. I did some digging and I went and I found some old Vocab Malone videos. And like I said, I want to show you guys a couple of things. So I'm going to ask all of the people who believe that a God exists that is watching this to pray for me tonight. And pray that God will stop me from doing what I'm going to do. I'm a person that loves justice and I want to see justice served. But if the Holy Spirit says not tomorrow, I won't do it. Because if I'm not calm, I'm not going to be able to make a proper video about Vocab Malone. Like I said, I'm not saying the guy's not a Christian. Hold on, guys. I got to see who this is. Hello? Hello? So we got some atheists watching. Somebody called me with some crickets. So anyway, guys, I wanted to give you guys a lowdown. I didn't know anything about them kicking me out. They lied on camera when they sat there and said that I knew. I did not know. Like I said, I'm going to talk about some things. I'm going to talk about faithful to God telling me who I should talk to and who I should not talk to, even though I'm a grown man and I've been doing this longer than him. You know what I mean? In terms of like doing what I'm doing here on the internet. And even to this very day, I'm waiting for faithful to God to actually go outside and actually do some real work. You know? But instead of doing work, he wants to ride everybody else's coattails on here. Then you got Vocab Malone actually does go outside and deal with the Hebrew Israelites. We're going to look at how well he does. So anyway, guys, please pray for me. Please. I think I said please. Please pray for me. Losing my voice. I'm actually getting sick. The things I want to say, a lot of you are not going to understand, only the Christians. So I'm going to talk directly to the Christians. I'll be very happy when Christ returns because the Bible says that vengeance is the Lord and he shall repay. Part of me doesn't even want to do this. Part of me don't even want to do this. And mind you, it's not just Shield Squad. I'm going through this with a lot of the unbelievers here on the internet too. You gotta remember, I don't just deal with the Hebrew Israelites. I deal with the atheists online too. Then my brother, you look at Deuteronomy 28. I think the Hebrew Israelites are right, and he's the one who led me to Christ. So I'm going through a lot right now, guys. I'm going through a lot. So, and it's affecting my health. So I'm gonna in this video, you all know what I'm gonna do. Tune into tomorrow. You're gonna see a big giant vocab Malone in the video, and I'm gonna expose that guy. I'm gonna expose him. I need to find this recording of a conversation that I had with him, put it on the internet. Because one thing about me is that these knuckleheads are gonna get on here and lie and not present their evidence, and well, watch what I'm gonna do. You watch what I'm gonna do. Vocab Malone said a lot of things about faithful to God, and faithful to God said a lot of things about Vocab Malone. I don't know if any of these things are true. We're going to find out tomorrow when I let all of you know. Remember, I'm being judged, guys, because I can't rap, and they don't like how I go about doing my stuff. I want to talk about Vocab and some of his transgressions. We're going to do that tomorrow. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Please, please, please pray for me that God will make me behave tomorrow. Love all of you in the Lord. God bless. Hello, everyone. I lost my voice from the previous hangout that I did, but I got some correction from a real friend online. I've obviously listened to a lot of the comments that was left to me in the live chat of the last video that I did from Sister Mary Bennett, Sister Faith Lane, Darcel, I think her name is, and a couple of other people, and I just recently got off the phone with Sister Cherry. Guys, a lot of you know I don't talk about my personal life here online. I don't talk about like what goes on in my life personally and whatnot and everything and whatnot. And it's for a reason. I have major trust issues. And I just don't like talking about my personal life. And when I trust somebody, I really trust them. And to a lot of times, it's to my own detriment. So I've made a decision. Well, actually, before I get to the decision, I want to let everybody know that that I talked to Sister Cherry about what I was going to do regarding the Vocab Malone G consciousness so real issue. The first thing that I want to do is I want to publicly apologize to Sister Cherry because she really didn't have anything to do with this. She did not agree with any of the decisions that were being made regarding me being kicked out of Shield Squad. So that's the first thing that I want to point out. So please don't take this out on Sister Cherry, what I'm about to say. She had nothing to do about this. She just tried to talk me out of this. And I think that this is what's best. Effective immediately, I'm going to be leaving YouTube for a indefinite period of time. This is not a vacation. I'm leaving. I can't trust nobody here on the internet no more. Oh boy, I should have did this first. Let me do this right now. Okay. I can't trust nobody here on the internet no more. And if I can't trust my own family, then I don't see the point of doing what I'm doing here online. I feel like that people are just using me here on the internet, and they don't genuinely really care. I've been doing this strong now for about 5 years, and like I said, I'm burnt out, and this was like the final straw. You know what I mean? I can't even trust Christians here on the internet. I can't. Out of everybody that's in Shield Squad, Sister Cherry has been the only one who I can honestly call a friend in that group. I don't really know TVCO that well. So TVCO, this is for you, man. I don't believe you had anything to do with that decision making. The new guys that are part of Shield Squad, I know you guys had nothing to do with that. But Sister Cherry definitely disagreed with the decision making that was going on. So effective immediately, I'm going to keep the channel up. All the channels are going to remain up. But I am officially canceling my debate with Captain Tazariot. I'm canceling all of my debates that I had scheduled. I will not be making any appearances on anyone's YouTube channel because I am sick and tired of getting stabbed in the back by people that are claiming to be good people and claim to be my friends and everything and whatnot. And I had enough of that. I honestly had enough. And people are just getting me on their channel to use me. They're lying about me. They're saying I stole a safe. I done had enough, guys. I honestly done had enough. It's been fun. It's been real. I can do ministry outside of YouTube. I don't have to record videos and upload them. I will no longer be uploading any videos. I will no longer be participating in any Google Hangouts. I will not be participating in any online ministry at all. I will not be on Power Talk. Do not call me on Skype for ministry. I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to be contacting anybody via YouTube. So if you leave a comment and your comment is not seen, I can't help you. I'm not going to approve your comment or anything like that. I'm going to be leaving YouTube for an indefinite period of time until God tells me to get my butt back on here. Because if you guys know the Lord, you know that there's no arguing with him. You got to do what you're called to do. And I just feel like I'm wasting my time on here, honestly. And this is going to take a little bit of time to heal from. Like I said, Vocab Malone, Surreal, and G-Con, what they just did, I'm done. There will not be a season 3 of the G Podcast. There will not be a debate between me and Captain Tazaria. I will not be traveling. Well, actually, I'm not going to say I'm not going to travel from city to city to deal with the Hebrew Israelites, but I won't be uploading this stuff to YouTube no more. I want to apologize to my brother in Christ, Raw. I was misinformed by a Christian about you dying, and I put some information up here that was not true, and I apologize. Google Play keeps stopping my videos and stuff and whatnot. I tried to leave YouTube before, and I've had people talk me out of it. There ain't no talking me out of this one. And I don't want to be known as a Brett Keane or nothing like that. I'm just saying that I'm leaving for an indefinite period of time. If the Lord wants me back on here, I'll come back on here. But I will not be making a video about Vocab Malone, G Consciousness, or Surreal, or anybody. I will not be and the Hebrew Israelites are going to love this one. I will not be going after them anymore. When I see them on the street, I'm not going to say nothing to them. I'm not going to say a word to the Hebrew Israelites, not GMS, not ISUPK, not UIC. Hopefully they'll watch my videos and people will come to the knowledge of truth to realize that Christ is Lord. But, yeah, I'm done. There's going to be a lot of happy atheists and a lot of happy Hebrew Israelites out there. But, I can't do this no more, guys. I cannot do this no more. I can't trust nobody on this online no more. I can't trust atheists. I can't trust Christians. I can't trust the Hebrew Israelites. I can't trust nobody on here no more. I can't do this no more. So, you all take care. This has been fun. I've learned a lot of things, believe it or not. I mean, it's a lot of mean things to the atheist community, but believe it or not, they taught me a lot about some of the arguments against Scripture that I never heard before. I learned from pretty much everybody that I talked to on here. Like maybe I'll be able to go to the Museum of Natural History now and actually enjoy it for a change, without having everybody tell me, you know, this whole great debate stuff and whatnot. You know, so. I'm gonna wait for some people to actually start watching before I start the show. I want to apologize about my voice. I lost my voice. I'm actually fighting off the flu, I think, right now. So, this has nothing to do with me yelling or anything like that. This has to do with me fighting a cold right now. So I apologize about my voice, but I got a lot I want to say in this video. Let me start off by saying this. Sister Cherry, you know I love you in the Lord. You are a real and true friend. And I know you're not part of this foolishness. You have been a supporter from the beginning. You have told the truth from the beginning. And for that, sister, I love you in the Lord. I always got your back, sis. That's the very first thing that I want to say in this video. Second thing I want to say in this video, what I'm going to tell you guys today, it's going to be my side of the story regarding both SOG and Shield Squad. And I will tell you guys why I'm making this video in a minute, because I wasn't going to do this. And by the way, guys, after I make this video, anybody want to talk to me, you're going to have to wait about a week or two, and then you got to call my phone. I am not going to respond to all of these messages that were sent to my phone via, whether you be a Hebrew Israelite, Christian, or whatever. So let's get that out the way too. I'm not ignoring you guys. I just want to get off the net for a while. Hopefully for good. How you doing, man? I'm all right. I'm losing my voice though. I think I got the flu. So anyway, everything I'm gonna say is my side of the story. I woke up this morning. I was still pretty upset about what happened yesterday, but I wasn't as upset. And I forgot that I'm still subscribed to everybody, so I get a notification that Faithful to God made a video. And Veckel, one of my friends, made a video, and they were talking about stuff they know little to nothing about. So I'm gonna defend myself and do what I said I was going to do. Since I'm not gonna be on here, you're gonna see video after video after video with people talking about me. My number is 862-888-9483 for anybody that wants to call me personally and actually talk to me and get my side, because you're going to hear a lot of baloney, and I am not going to be making videos to defend myself over and over and over again. I'm going to do everything in one video, and then that's it. I have changed my mind about how I'm going to go about doing this. I am not going to bring up personal, I'm not going to be playing recordings of private conversations that I was smart enough to record when I was an SOG. Because at the end of the day, I don't trust nobody but Jesus, and that's it. Trust is earned. It's not just given to people. I got a lot of people in my family that is angry right now. A lot of my personal friends are angry, and they're very upset about these people's examples on the internet. So anyway, let's get to it. guys, I don't know how many of you remember I went on a pilgrimage on YouTube about 3 years ago, I think it was. I said I was going to leave for like a year and ended up coming back like 4 months or 5 months later. And during that particular time, I got a lot of people calling me on Skype. One of the people that was calling me was a guy I didn't even know by the name of Faithful to God. Faithful to God kept blowing my phone up. And if you guys know how much he does this, you know how much it annoyed me when I was talking to him. It was going on and on and on and on. But, you know, I figured, you know, I just met him, let him talk, you know. I got associated with Faithful that way. He talked me into coming back to YouTube earlier than I wanted it. You guys know how much I got to deal with when I'm on here on the internet. I don't just talk about atheists on here. I talk about Satanism and everything else on here that I disagree with concerning Scripture. Because I believe that's what my calling is. I don't have a popular ministry. So naturally, I'm going to have a lot of bullseyes on my back, which is understandable. Quite logical. But a lot of people want to come at me. But as time went on and I started dealing with the Hebrew Israelites, Faithful to God wanted to start a group. He didn't like the name that I came up with, and I can understand why. I wanted to come up with the G team, and it was a dumb name to come up with or whatever. But he ended up calling it SOG. Now, there was a little confusion about who owned SOG and who was in charge of it or whatever. That's going to be important for a little bit later, what we're going to be talking about. I'm not going into details about every little tiny thing that happened. What you guys do need to know that the reason why SOG and Shield Squad broke up was because of Faithful to God. Now, if you don't believe me, if Faithful to God was the reason why we broke up, holler at me in private. I'll show you all of the texts. And believe me, there's a lot of them. Like I said, when he goes on and on and on and on. Love Faithful to God. He's the best. He is the best. He is the best at dealing with these Hebrew Israelites. He's better than vocab. He's better than me. He's better than a lot of these guys with dealing with their heretical doctrines. And I will consistently say that until I die, unless I meet somebody else who knows more. Nobody on here is better at dealing with those Hebrew Israelites than Faithful to God. So I don't want nobody thinking I'm beating him up or whatever. But people need to know the reason why SOG and the people we formed Shield Squad to begin with is because Faithful to God kept criticizing every tiny little thing that we did in that group. One of us had finished having a debate. I watched him grill Surreal. I watched him grill G-Con. I watched him grill Vocab. I watched him grill everybody but himself. He was a perfectionist and he was driving people crazy. Some people, I think, left the group because of him. It was affecting people's faith, and I'm not going to name names, but it was crazy. So ultimately, Vocab Malone decided to start Shield Squad. Again, if you want specifics after they make their videos, I got no problem telling you why Vocab Malone wasn't on here too. But that will be done in private. I will not do it in public. Because no matter how bad I want to say certain things, everything has to be done in decency and in order. And everything has to be done in a godly fashion. Don't give me this stuff that G-Man didn't practice Matthew 18. I called all of these people in private. Nobody picked up the phone. I tried contacting them via message. They didn't want to talk. So we're past Matthew 18. I got kicked out of Shield anyway. So we'll get to that in a minute. So anyway, Faithful to God was more concerned about the name SOG than he was about the mission. He was like, I'm the owner, because what happened was, with all the problems that we was having with him, he got sat down by Surreal, who was the leader of SOG at that particular time. He got his behind sat down. He came back, pretended to be all humble, like he changed and whatnot, and then he got sat down again, and then there was an issue over who was really in charge of SOG. He wanted the name back. That man wasn't concerned about going after these Hebrew Israelites. He was concerned about it, about three initials, SOG, the Soldiers of God. That's all he seemed to care about. Now, before I go any further, I want to let you guys know how I feel on this topic, okay? I feel like a guy that was involved in a big, giant conspiracy, and I was told that if I should leave this conspiracy, they're going to come kill me and my kids and whatnot. Now, they did not say that. They did not say that. They did not say that. I'm just telling you, getting an analogy. But what kept my mouth shut a lot of times was the fact that I was part of these groups, and I'm not part of them no more. I can say what I want now. I can talk about what happened all I want now. I am not saying that Faithful to God is not a Christian. We all got our faults. We all do things that don't necessarily glorify God at the end of the day. Guess what, guys?
I'm thinking that he is talking into a dead microphone or a muted microphone. So I'll just fade him away. Goodbye, G-Man. And welcome to the Discord chat. We are at that point. Bye, 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 bye. Let me stop that guy. And let me check. You guys can hear me, eh? You guys can hear me okay? They're out there in the internets, in internet land. Now, if you can hear me, I want to know if you can see me. Yes, you can. Look at that. Well, this is my Discord room. You are more than welcome to join me. The join link is at the top of the chat, whichever side it is. And I'm just going to clear some clutter of the desk. You see me? You hear me? Excellent. Actually, I want to change the lighting. Let me make it more sort of friendly to the internet. There we go. Good. Right, the room is open, as you can see. Maybe you can't see, but it is. But let me go and check the description to make sure I got the right link. I do. No, I don't. Perfect. So it's a good thing that I am going to now. Oh. Just 1 second. You guys can join, please join, otherwise I'm gonna shut her down. I'm not gonna sit here and talk to myself. I do that off the internet, not when I'm live. Although I seem to be doing it right now. Oh shit. That's not exactly what I wanted. Just give me 1 second. This is proving to be a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Okay. Okay, I'll be with you. I know I'll get it right now. Okay, there it is. All right. You can join in the link in the top of the chat, or you can join from the link in the description. Do you hear the sounds of spring? Do you hear the sounds of birds chirping? Hey, Sidney, did you get the booster? What do you mean, did I get a booster? I'm a grown up. I can fit in the car. I don't need a booster seat. SWGGD. I see your statement, but your question, but I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. If you'd like to come in and join the room, you can ask me anything. No one really matters but cats. How about you come in and say, hey, how's it going? Did I get the booster? Well, I don't work for SpaceX, so there's no way that Elon Musk would have said, "Hey, Sidney, could you go get me get a booster for our next liftoff?" Hardly. But if you're talking about the unmentionable word, yeah, I got the 2 jabs and an extra jab, just like you said. Although it might be a total waste of time that I did that, because, you know, a lot of people who aren't jabbed have survived, have gotten the lesser transmissible virus and have had mild symptoms and weren't sick for very long and weren't sick, very deep, just a sort of a scratchy throat, just a runny nose kind of thing, and then it was over. Good luck with the clots. What clots? What are you talking about? See, this is why talking to a text chat it makes no sense, because I have no idea what you're talking about, and when I answer, it sounds kind of lame. Yeah, it sounds lame because I don't know what you're asking me. So either you come into this room, and I'm really happy that it's working out like this, because this new setup is not lagging, and it's not causing technical issues. Like, if you remember, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I'm always beset with technical issues, but they're few and far between. Touch wood. These days. So, I am taking it as a given that this room is not going to be populated by anyone other than myself. I tell you what, good people, I will do this. I'll do this. What's going on here? Sorry, something's not working. I don't know why. Wow, isn't that something? This is the weirdest thing. Let me just see. I think I found it. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. This is for your paying me to talk to you. Okay, let's see. How much let's do business. Pay you. I'm gonna pay you to talk to me. Okay, I'll pay you. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I tell you what. I will pay you on one condition. And that condition is, oops, that wasn't what I was looking for. Oh, no, that one, no, that one, no, that one, no, that one. No, that one. Sorry, so I'm a little confused here. There we go. All right, that one. I will pay you. I'm gonna be with you in once. All right, here we go. I will pay you if you can how about this? If you can prove me wrong. My statement is all gods are imaginary. If you can prove me wrong, I can pay you, but we're gonna have to find out, to negotiate what it's worth. So come online and let's talk. All gods are imaginary. All gods are imaginary. Prove me wrong. Come, prove me wrong. Oh, kitty cat is too shy. I know kittens are people who like cats for the most part are shy. And I know that because I'm shy and I like cats. PayPal me $50 US. Oh my goodness. So, okay, so I've invited two people to talk to me in this talk room. One to prove me wrong. Well, I tell you what, SWGGD, you come into the room, you prove me wrong, I PayPal you 50 Canadian dollars. How's that? That's a fair deal. Because you'll have proved me wrong and you'll have earned it. And I live in Canada land where the dollars are Canadian. But I think I'm going to hold on to my $50 because you are not going to be able to prove me wrong. You know what I mean? And this is what I mean. Prove me wrong. How do you do this? Wrong, 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 wrong. Prove me wrong, prove me wrong, prove me wrong, prove me wrong. You can't do that. Sorry. I'm just jumping out of my generation, jumping down a few generations. I mean, a few decades in age. Yeah. You know what? I never use StreamYard because I use OBS Studio. So I don't need StreamYard. I use Discord because it seems to work flawlessly in a stream to YouTube. I've tested it yesterday. Actually, it was the first time I tested this new setup, and it's a software setup. Cats. I didn't get a new machine. I just redid some. I did some trial and error and reconfigured stuff. So hopefully these settings are correct. So again, I have issued an invitation to two people to come in and join in this chat room that I'm in. And the one says, I'm too shy. People say I talk ghetto. That is all the more reason for you to come in here, because I love diversity. I love learning new cultures. And when I do that, then I understand more people in more ways, and I feel more integrated with their culture and all the cultures of everyone else that I meet. So I feel that I'm multicultural and I can handle ghetto talk. So you come on in here if that's the only thing stopping you. And then we have SWGGD, who says, I will not use Discord. Well, that's too bad. Sorry. Discord it is, or you don't get your $50. You don't get a chance at $50 by proving me wrong in my statement that all gods are imaginary. Go on, SWD. You talking all that jazz? Go ahead, get on the line. You got shit to talk. I love it. In fact, how about you co-host with me for the rest of this segment? Cats, come on. We're either going to get a room going or we're going to get a room shut down. What do you want? Vote with your presence or your absence in this room. I will try again tomorrow. I'm going to probably have a format of daily. Maybe not quite daily, but I'll try daily. A video, kind of a throwback retro thing or something, and then an open room. And also some more about current affairs, especially what's happening in Central Europe, I guess. So, how much time should I give you to review my proposal, Cats? Maybe she's thinking about it way too much. Figure it out. So what I will do, you want SWG to talk his smack? I so want SWG to talk his smack, but he's got a very big ego. He has no way of earning any money, so he comes on to a YouTube live stream and says, "Pay me $50 to talk to you." And then when I say, "Okay, I'll pay you $50, come talk to me and prove me wrong," he says, "No, not on Discord. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else where I know what to do. My knowledge of technology is very, very limited." Well, Cats can't, and SWG won't. Well, I have no other recourse then than to call this session to a close. I do want to thank everybody, and I mean everybody, for watching. You understand me? Everybody. And what we'll do is we will leave with a nice little tune. Okay? You like nice little tunes, don't you? We all do. Of course. So thanks again. we'll be back tomorrow or later, even later on. Oh, hold on. Oh, you're going to come online? All right, then I'll just revert to, say, there. I'll rewind. And I'm ghetto. All right. I'm loving it. Look at me. Do I look like I'm not ghetto? People tease you. Well, they won't be able to tease you, because they won't be able to be heard. Who went radio silent? SWG? Yeah, he ran away. He's a coward. Cowards run, and SWG ran. You see, what they do is everybody tries to pull a bluff, think they're smart. And if you call their bluff, and I do, I call everybody's bluff, because they can't possibly defeat logic, defeat logical thought. And so they run away, make stupid excuses. You know, Cats, I think you were here, I'm sure you were watching. When I used to go live in these rooms with Google Meet, come in, everybody, come in. I had a subscription to Google Meet where I could keep it going for as long as I wanted. Other than that, it's restricted to 1 hour, I think, or something like that. So I had a subscription where with which I could keep Google Meet open indefinitely. So I'd come on, open Google Meet and say, everybody come on in. And nobody would come. I did. Okay, so I dropped the Google Meet subscription because it wasn't doing anything for me. And then I started using Jitsi. But there were resource issues, and it was very unpleasant, so no one came in, and I don't blame them at that point. And then I went to Discord, where I'm in right now, giving it a try. It's working fantastic. Technologically, it's not letting me down. I do still have to get a new rig, a new desktop, but it's not nearly as bad at this point as it was not that long ago. However, that's not to say that the hardware won't just quit at some point because of age, whatever. So yeah, that's where we're at. Who sounds like Rev? Oh, SWG. So we're going to bed. One day I'll get online with you. I've got to get my head right for that. All right. Good night, Cats. I look forward very much. Oh, shit. I look forward very much to meeting you online. It will be a fun time. But in the meantime, we might as well just leave with a tune. Good night. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. Oh, damn. I wish I could just let it roll off my tongue. Please like. How's it go? Please like, subscribe, and share. And support my channel through PayPal. Thank you very much for watching. Does this thing not play? Ah, takes time. All right, I think we got it going. So looks like I have resource problems now, but this is the end of the show, so it's okay. It's okay. So I'm going to switch my camera off, and I'm going to find out why the hell it's not working. Jesus Christ.